You could do with this, and you could do with that. And you could do with this, and you could do with that. And you could go with this. All right, cool.
Turn me up. I got no bass in my headphones.
No.
Treble.
Stop it.
Hooper. It's up there by Tremonton.
Oh,
right?
it's pronounced Hooper.
Yeah.
Hooper.
No, I'm aware.
I had a freaking monster while I was driving.
Oh, God.
Hooper.
You're
All right, calm
supposed
down.
to drink it, not snort it.
Yeah, man.
You know, it goes to your bloodstream faster if you insert it rectally.
So good.
And there's your intro drop right there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Camcast.
Woo!
That
Hold
took
my-
a lot for you.
I had to
That was
hold
a
my
really
breath
hard
there.
intro, bro. I was
I was turning blue.
I was watching your face go red.
Yeah, you were not having it.
I was actually trying not to laugh because you buttholes were looking at me the
We
whole
were
time.
staring at you.
Jeez Louise.
That's what we were doing.
We're just following instructions.
I know.
Yes.
I'm not
great.
good at that.
It's all right.
Not good at that.
Clearly. Anyway, I'm Mike, dear leader,
Dear
Doc
leader.
Taste,
Leader of North Korea.
the one who attempts to steer this thing in some sort of organized direction.
Herding cats.
Fail.
It's so much more difficult when Pizza Dad is here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'll herd some cats, bro.
Oh, did you?
I will.
He's
Yes.
a cat whisperer.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Cats are my thing.
There
Oh,
we go. Well, sitting directly across from me, the one who's making this infinitely more difficult, that is Pizza Weekend Dad.
hey, geriatrics in the
There we
house.
go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rocking it. Gray hairs and everything.
Yep.
I love you guys. It's good to be back.
And to his left, Professor Zaw himself.
The professor
Zaw.
as I named him that. That was my
Yep.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. What am I?
The professor.
A professor of the ghetto arts.
No,
you're
Bold.
Dr. Pepper named Doc Bold. That's
Doc
right.
Bold.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, there we go.
What?
No, you're Uncle Radical. Gavin's
Uncle
Doc
Radical.
Bold.
Uncle Radical. That's
Uncle
right.
Rad.
Yes.
That works for you, Dave.
What?
Yes.
What character am I today?
Let's go ahead.
I'm up by the Camcast agenda. Here.
I never show up.
You are the anonymous raccoon.
Of course I am. Trash Panda. Jesus Christ. Come on.
You're like a little bandit.
They're geniuses, dude. That's you. It's absolutely. They are scrappy geniuses, and
That
that's
little fuzzy con artists.
And I want
with
to
those
hug them.
little assholes.
And I want to hug them all
They
day.
are cute though.
So yeah, that's you.
You ever seen them when they get caught?
We should get a place together when this is over. I'm sorry, I'm quoting.
You ever seen them with,
Hey,
like, a family on their back legs,
Yeah.
like, hissing at you and
Yeah.
wanting
Yeah.
to bite you? Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, that's
No, I've never seen that.
that's not as cute and cuddly as.
Wait a
I
minute.
am.
I used to live downtown. They're everywhere.
Wait a minute. That's a new voice.
Yes.
Who's that?
By the way,
The man
who
who's
is
the
this?
enemy of raccoons, the herder of cats. It is Josh Martin of
Hello.
JDM Legends.
Woo!
What's up, dudes?
How we doing?
Good.
Good.
Enjoying this bomb-ass pizza.
I
Yeah.
know, right? So good.
Shout out to Marcos for delivering it to us.
Marcos, we
the
love
plug
you.
since
Who was,
11.
who was the delivery driver?
Laurel, the same lady as last week.
I love Laurel.
Yeah, she's like,
Such
It's a great
sweetheart.
name, Laurel.
right?
Yeah.
Well, she's like, I've been here before, haven't I? I'm like, you were here last week.
Yep.
We had a nice little conversation about why she's probably going to be here every Tuesday for
We
a
should
while.
have her on the podcast. Let's have her on next time.
Well, you
Yeah,
remember it was
bring
just
on
like
Laurel.
Well, I mean,
when we first started these shenanigans.
we had
would,
Pizza Bro,
Yeah, we had Pizza Bro.
He
And
would
then he
actually
dis-
ask about it.
and then we recorded him, and then he disappeared.
Oh, we recorded him?
He came down, and we
Yeah.
had him say a few things.
Yeah, he
and
came
then-
down to the basement and he
Oh,
said a
that's
couple of
awesome.
things, and we were like, "Yeah, that's dope." And
That's
then
so
and
rad.
then he never showed up again.
Oh, well, he
Yeah.
got fired. We got him fired.
Damn
Yeah.
it!
Damn it. Sorry, Pizza Bro.
Sorry, dude.
Love you.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Dude, Josh, JDM Legends. Thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to meet you. I saw your freaking daily driver, and I was like, Boner City. I was like, I love that car. I had an 03, so we'll talk about that. We'll get to it.
Yes, we will. We will get there. We will get to your answers for the question of the week. We will get to the agenda, but first,
Oh, I got to pull that up.
yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
Be semi-prepared.
My mom commented. Love you, Mom.
Very excited that his mom loves him.
I do. I am.
Anyway,
If you don't have family, you don't have shit, right?
How what? Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we'll go with that.
we'll get there.
Truth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, also shout out to our sponsor, Steady Broke Clothing.
Steady, bro.
Hey,
Yes. Finally get him in at the top of the episode.
Hey,
There we go.
broke AF, yo.
Yeah, just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams. Go to steadybroke.com, put a bunch of cool-ass shit in your cart. And
Seriously, like really designer T-shirts. Like
Yeah.
T-shirts are the rage right now.
yeah.
Like if you go and look on freaking Nordstrom and all that crap, you're paying $80 for a freaking T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So
Why
they've
not
got-
go to steadybroke.com and buy something that looks good for way the hell less?
Oh,
So
yeah.
they've got T-shirts, tanks, hats.
Yeah,
They got all the gear,
all
Yeah.
that stuff.
all
Love
the
it.
good stuff. And then the coupon code still works, right?
Pretty sure it does.
We're doing Cam Auto 15 at
Yeah.
checkout. That gives you 15% off your entire order.
Yeah.
And don't try 100 for 100% off. I see that.
No, it doesn't
Don't do
work.
that.
Does not work. It's just the
Don't
one.
try that.
it's
Cam Auto 100, that doesn't work.
No,
In fact, that will get you put on a list.
I will find you.
We have a particular set of skills.
No, we don't.
Good luck.
Anyway,
Oh, that's a Eastern European accent. Let's fly to Lithuania and find that mother. Anyways, that's not how it works.
And once you're done buying all that stuff over there at Steady Broke, come on over to camautomag.myshopify.com.
be cool like Cole Pallison and Dave Kazarian and our only sponsored driver at this point,
Yes.
Vinny Meyer.
Vinny.
Boom, there it is. Yeah, go grab like a
They got
hat
gear.
or a T-shirt.
They
You
all-
can buy T-shirts with our faces on them.
Yeah.
You can buy T-shirts with the Cam logo on them. You can buy hats with the Cam logo.
Buy a goddamn iPhone case if you really want to.
I know, right? Because I know some of you people are living the iPhone supremacy life like I am.
Yeah.
And like the dear leader is.
I mean, I'm rocking the wrong kind of iPhone. They don't make a case for my
That's okay.
whatever.
What are you
That's
rocking?
all right.
A 5?
An SE. So it's the size of it's basically a 5, but it has all like the hardware from a 6 in it.
Gross. We need to fix that.
Anywho, be cool like me. Buy an X or buy an 8
Yeah.
or whatever the hell
Be
it is.
legit like Dave.
Be
I only
legit
have
like
a 6,
Professor.
so I'm a little old school.
I don't have an
But
iPhone.
buy an iPhone cover.
What are you
something.
rocking?
I
Buy,
have a
buy
LG
something.
V10.
Oh, there you
Well
go.
then.
Oh,
Still
that's,
works great.
Hey,
that's all you need.
That's OG.
I want a
But
V30.
anyway. Buy our stuff. Support us
yeah,
because you'll look good doing it, and you keep this going.
yeah. Stuff
So,
really helps.
Again,
Fucking do it.
camautomag.myshopify.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really horrifies me that our faces are on T-shirts.
I still can't believe Trent just did that.
I know, right? And it's like
I'm not
total
even mad.
Photoshop. And he,
Oh, yeah.
he
Not
chose
even
when I
mad.
had long hair from
Yeah.
like 2011.
Like he just took
Yeah, you look
random
like Dave
photos.
Grohl.
I look
You
like
gotta
Dave
go to
Grohl.
Vegas, right? And you go in front of like the Bellagio where they have Homeboy doing the caricatures.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And then you take
exactly.
that, and then you make it into like a vector file.
There
and
it
then
is.
there's your
There we go.
shirt.
There
Problem
it is.
solved.
We're doing that.
I could
Josh,
do
that's
that.
a good idea.
I
dude.
understand how to run Illustrator. Let's make this happen.
All
guys.
right.
Next SEMA, we're going to make T-shirts.
Oh my, yeah, it's gonna be brilliant.
Perfect.
I'm
Or
totally
brutal.
coming next time.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Yeah.
No, I am. We're not having any more kids. I'm done. Anyways.
All right.
Same.
Good.
That went 0 to 100.
Real quick.
Thanks to our sponsors and our unofficial sponsor, Marco's Pizza.
Marco's Pizza, we love you.
Yep.
Every
Laurel.
week.
Laurel, we should get her on. Doesn't she drive like a Saturn 200 or L200?
No, it's an Impala.
Oh, I
Laurel
was way
needs
off.
to drive a Laurel.
That would be
there you
nice.
go.
That would be intense.
That'd be
Ideal.
sick.
Yeah.
So if any of you would like to donate a Laurel, go ahead and hit us up. Mailbag at camautomag.com.
It can be an 80s one.
It doesn't
It doesn't
matter.
have to be a
Yeah, there you
C-130.
go.
Just
There you
just make it happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's make dream come true.
They can look like a celebrity, pretty much, is what they do look like.
I mean,
Yep.
hey, not faulting it.
Nope.
Yep.
So should we just go ahead and slam right on into it?
Let's just jump through some of this news real quick, and then we'll badger Josh with questions about the shop and TV and cats and whatever else.
So good. Yeah, okay.
All right. So let's just go ahead and hit it off right here with Formula One because Dad's here.
Yeah.
Yes, Formula One.
And you are the Tifosi. You are the
I
Formula
am,
One.
I am everything for
Oh.
it. Josh, you watch Formula One?
I don't have time. I wish I did.
Oh, man, you are just a busy beaver. I
There
love
is
it.
one thing that I neglected to put on the agenda, but we'll get to that after we're done. Everybody hating Haas.
Oh, yeah. We
That's
talked
what-
about that last time. That they're Ferrari Junior. That they don't
Yeah,
even...
but now everybody's been saying, "Oh, you should investigate them because something's wrong. Like they shouldn't be this good."
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they're saying everybody's saying that they have Ferrari Aero.
Yeah.
That they're not really holding true to the spirit of the rules of Formula One. That they're just buying the parts instead
Yeah.
of building. Which, as we've talked about in regards to my daily driver, that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
I'm never going to build a car again. I'm going to let
it
it.
used to do back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You had a McLaren body. You had whatever the hell engine you put in it.
Yeah.
Because McLaren couldn't make engines. Probably still can't.
Yeah,
I don't
Cosy.
know.
You put a Cosworth
Yeah.
in the back.
Yeah, everybody had a Cosworth.
Yeah, and
You know.
McLaren still doesn't make their own engines.
No.
One,
I watched that documentary where they did the thing with Honda.
on
that was
Amazon.
a fucking disaster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
nightmare.
should have watched the whole season because it was even better.
That
in-
made me
in
really
real
sad.
time. It was
I
amazing.
was like, Honda, bro, you're letting me down.
The
Yeah.
fact that Honda could not build a motor to perform in.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even run. Like,
No.
run worth of shit. I was
No.
like, bro.
And I was hoping this season would actually show that it was more McLaren's fault than Honda's, but the fact that Toro Rosso lost one due to an engine transmission loss failure
Yeah.
doesn't really bode well for that theory.
not
So,
really.
anyways,
It doesn't.
Formula One, Bahrain Grand Prix is coming up this
It's
weekend.
coming up, but
So-
we're not talking about that.
No, we're not. Okay, let's lead me, guide me. Where are we going?
Formula One's getting a mascot.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
I am dead
Whenever
serious.
I hear that, I think of
You don't
Blades
know this?
of Glory. I haven't even seen this.
Oh,
This
well,
is
here you
news
go.
To me.
Oh,
Go ahead and read this.
Okay, what the WFT
WTF1.com.
right?
the mascot.
Fan experience by launching an official mascot during the Shanghai F1 Festival.
Yep.
A mascot.
Do they have a picture of it?
Do you guys remember
No.
Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Remember the hockey puck that they
Yeah.
stab and shoot multiple times? That's what I think of when I think of the mascot. So I hope it's something like that.
So, well, I mean, it's going to be called Axel.
No, they should have called it Bernie. And had like a 92-year-old dude's head.
Some countries have laws about
Nah.
caricatures of the devil.
No.
So you can't have that running around.
I wish we could vote for it.
Yeah,
God.
that'd be hilarious.
I vote the possum from Goofy movie.
There
Yes.
it is.
So-
I love that movie.
That would be great.
So wait, axle. So is it going to be a broken axle from the Toro Rosso, or
I
like,
have
what do we?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows because it will be announced at
Like-
Shanghai.
Yeah.
Oh, so Shanghai.
Yeah.
So we're like a month away from
Yeah,
that,
we're a month away from that, and
Yeah.
we're going to be getting something called Axel, AXEL.
and it's going to be. So he's going to be an annoying mascot walking the pre-grid and bugging all the drivers.
Yep.
And getting in all the pictures. This is a horrible idea.
Why don't they just recruit Homeboy from RMR because they're closing this season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we
you
go.
He needs a job.
There it is.
Get Rocky out
RMR
there.
has a freaking mascot.
Rocky the Raccoon, bro.
Yeah,
How
get
come
the,
he's never at the Midnight Drag.
He's
is he?
like almost as lit as the Jazz Bear.
oh
get-
wow, dude.
get the West Valley Trash Panda out there.
there it is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, which
Represent
Dave is
The Kearns Trash
on
Panda.
the agenda today. Thank you for sharing
Yes.
this, by the
God.
way.
Yes, no worries.
Yeah, I love you. Wow, that's horrendous. I didn't even see that. I didn't even have time to jump on social media today.
It's hilarious to me that they would announce this after the absolute shit show
Oh my gosh.
that was the broadcast for the
Which-
first race.
Yeah.
Which we're all preparing and bracing for this
mean,
weekend. Because, I'm just, queuing up my freaking ESPN
Oh,
app.
I'm buckled in.
Oh, my gosh. It's going to be ridiculous.
So I honestly, it's sad to say, but I feel like 2018 is going to be the year that Formula One makes an absolute ass of itself.
yeah, thanks to Liberty Media.
2018 is going to be the year where everybody starts watching sports car racing.
But maybe the only saving grace is their app, right? If they come out
Yeah.
with the app and they do it right. But here's what's going to happen. Because they're delayed with the app, I guarantee you it's going to suck so much
I'm
ass.
telling you.
It's going to be hilarious.
Here's the thing.
It's like buying Gran Turismo and then waiting for the 19 gigabyte DLCs.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, man.
Exactly.
That's when you buy any game, though, man. You just
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Anymore,
it's the
you're
new
right.
it's the new model.
You
It
buy
Yeah.
is.
the patty, and then you need the bread and the
But that's
condiments.
how
and
they
make their
everything
money.
Just,
That's how
you
they
know,
make their money.
they know.
So
But they
Axel-
won't just let you buy the patty.
No.
No.
You can't just eat the
Well, I
patty.
mean-
you have to assemble the
well,
rest of the
gotta
sandwich.
get
Well,
the
here's the
buns.
thing. You can just get the patty. That's good and fine and all. But if you want to do anything with your friends,
Yeah.
your friends all have the buns and
Yeah.
the lettuce and the,
The
tomato
lettuce,
and the
the pickles.
condiments.
You gotta get
all
those-
that stuff.
You got to get the pickle DLC, bro.
Yeah.
The bread and butter, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
dude, check it, bro.
you
Anyways, that's ridiculous. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Are
no.
they trying to pander to a younger audience? I don't get. Are they
Why
trying
else
to,
are you bringing in a mascot?
Are they
Why else do
increasing?
you have an app?
They're trying to increase the viewership of the 3 to 5 year olds. It's like my son watches it with me, but he's 5 months old. He actually really likes it. The sound, I could tell he enjoys it,
Yeah.
which I love.
Much
I'm
like
'cause
his father, he's excited by loud
Yes,
noises.
my firstborn, however, is not so much into the racing. He gets bored. He's way into construction vehicles right now, so that's
Well,
his thing.
you know.
But
There you go.
maybe
That's
this
okay.
will maybe
You
this will
should
hook
show
my
you should show him
5-month-old.
that those trucks can also jump.
Oh, dude, he's
Yeah.
all about monster trucks.
Show him the
Yeah.
semis.
Don't even know, man.
There we go.
Show him the semis in the Dakar.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
in. I'm in on that, Dave.
Show on the
There you
Nitro
go.
Circus scene where Godfrey jumps that semi and like
Boom.
almost dies.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
There it is.
This is called death, son.
It's
Well-
very
Oh.
immediate.
This
So-
is attempted manslaughter, but it's
Yeah.
not because somebody signed a waiver.
So
okay?
Liberty Media has taken the marketing plan from the 1980s.
They're trying to make everything a Super Bowl, and every Super Bowl
Oh,
has at least two
jeez.
mascots.
I
every-
feel like they're doing one worse, and they're trying to turn Formula One into a used car dealership.
Oh, jeez. It's the waving wacky arm guy. Anyways,
It's wacky, waving, flailing arm, inflatable tube man.
there it is.
yes.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh,
That's
it's
perfect.
going to be something.
Oh, that's hilarious. Thanks, F1, for making me laugh.
Oh man! So what is Axel going to be? Like if he's actually like legit?
Is he
going
going to be an
lug
axle?
nuts on him? Like,
I
that's
hope
gonna be
he's a
hilarious.
KERS system. He's like a giant battery with wires running to an axle that's attached to his butt.
Just any of like the nondescript, undescribable things
Maybe
on
he'll
an
be
F1 car.
a DRS, a drag reduction system. So he has
Just
like
a
a wing
flap?
that opens up. That's
He's
it.
just going to be
just a giant wing.
I
Jokes
never
on us.
watched,
He's
like-
just going to be an electric motor, and they're going to be like, "Yeah, surprise, Formula E."
Formula E. No, I hope not.
No.
Formula E needs to die and go to hell.
I'm not gonna lie though, like I never watch any type of ball sports just because I really don't care.
There
But
you go.
I was kind of bummed when I watched like the intro part of Monday Night Football. Before I realized what it was, before I changed it, they had like a robot.
Oh,
Like
yeah, the
their
robot on
yeah,
Fox.
I was like,
Yeah, the Fox.
I was like,
Fox
why is
robot.
that not real?
Yeah,
why
it
don't-
looks real.
Why don't we have the football robot?
There's
I
a
wanna
giant
hug that
Gundam
dude.
in Odaiba, so why is there not that?
Yeah.
You know what they need to do? Get Terry Crews, like put him in a costume of that, and then boom, there you go. You got
Dress
it.
him up like the president in Idiocracy.
Exactly. What they need is
President
freaking
Camacho.
electrolytes. The plants
Got
need,
some
What plants crave?
It's
Rondo.
it needs electrolytes, bruh.
You'll fight tigers.
Anyways, well
Being an
that's
elevator,
hilarious.
16 live cougars.
So that'll be revealed at the Heineken F1, whatever, the Heineken F1 festival
Some-
in Shanghai.
Right, exactly.
Some garbage. Whatever.
That's disgusting. What an idiot.
know,
what a
whatever.
dumb move. Well, I'm glad they did that instead of fixing the ESPN feed. I'm really glad that their focus
That-
is on that, you know? Let's
Well,
not fix the
listen.
issue of losing viewership in the United States.
Listen,
Oh, okay, sorry.
the ESPN problem is ESPN's problem. Liberty's they're out there just making moves.
Right.
You know?
They're distancing themselves.
They're out there, they're trying to do what's best for the sport. And I guess what's best for the sport is something named Axel.
There it is. I hope he's a giant wang.
I hope it's Axel from Twisted Metal.
Oh my gosh! Or like Axl Rose. Maybe they're getting Axl Rose from Guns N' Metal.
He
hope
just
it's-
gets kicked in the balls.
I hope
and
it's
then they
Gito
move on.
Vandergaard. They just
there you go.
they just trot him out. He's the mascot for Formula One.
There you go.
Just to have him be salty on the grid.
That's awesome.
Uh,
And
well,
then in other F1 news,
So,
there's something.
so science has proven many things.
Oh wow, I love science.
Yes. One of the things it has proven is that contenders in Formula One are more likely to hit each other.
What? Whoa, that is groundbreaking information. Are you kidding me?
This is like saying that
How much money did they waste to do this study? And how can I apply for that grant?
this
'Cause I
is
need-
like saying that Kyle Busch is going to punch somebody in the pit.
yeah.
in a
Or
NASCAR
freaking
race.
Joey Logano's going to spin somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
guaranteed every race.
I
Yeah.
will put money on it, and people will ignore my bet because they don't want to pay out.
Or Tony
Right.
Stewart's going to kill another kid.
jeez.
Ooh.
we
Too
got
soon.
something on that too.
Too soon.
Actually,
Too soon.
Actually,
But he really did.
Yeah.
He really did
He
murder
really did.
somebody.
Should we touch
He
on that real
murdered-
quick?
He
Then?
murdered somebody.
I
Let's-
met him
let's-
in 1998, actually. when
Really?
I used to race, what was the American series?
The ARCA?
Indy.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
when Robbie
Oh,
Beal was
IndyCar?
his
Yeah,
teammate,
yeah.
and he had both of his cars there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have his autograph somewhere, but that was a long time ago.
That's a long
Yeah.
time ago. He's killed quite a few people
20
since
years
then.
ago.
well, he's only been sued for one, and he's settling that before this thing actually goes to trial.
Well, he did murder him.
Yep.
I mean, you can hear him hit the throttle, get the tail end out. He knew what's going to happen.
Hey.
Tony Stewart knows how to control
That
a
wasn't
car.
even the best part. The best part is like the kid did what expected. Like you wouldn't expect him to just fly in the air like that. Like
No,
that
yeah.
was pretty spectacular for
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah,
I was like, that
Yeah.
would be a good way to go.
yeah, that's true. Of course, he was also high. They
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
they did the toxicology test on him, and he was super high on weed.
And apparently, the car behind Tony Stewart was Tony Stewart's ex-girlfriend. So that
Oh, really? What?
yeah, that was just a thing that came out apparently. So like,
What was that again?
The car behind Tony Stewart
Yeah.
when he hit the kid.
Yeah,
That was being driven by his ex-girlfriend,
Tony Stewart's ex-girlfriend.
Tony Stewart's
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend,
Jessica something,
whatever
Zemkin.
it is. Yeah,
There.
They
Wow.
just all just
yeah,
fucking dirt race.
Yeah, I know,
Yep.
right? Jeez.
yeah.
Wow.
So,
Tony.
but
Maybe Tony should get into F1.
he tried.
No shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
They should
He
just
tried.
stop.
I'm still
Didn't
waiting
work.
for Jeff Gordon to get in there. Come on, dude. Stop commentating and drive a car.
I mean,
He can do
the
it.
Man,
He
the
can
man's
do it.
old news.
Well,
Jimmy
he's,
Johnson.
He's done a bunch of international race of champions. He's done all the NASCAR.
Well, you did
shit.
Daytona,
Like,
and he
he's
won.
fine.
Yeah, he won
Frickin'
Daytona.
Wayne Taylor. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, he's cool. He's in a good spot. I don't
Yeah.
blame the
Too.
guy.
I
It
want
was
an
a
American.
Montero Busch
I want an
race.
American racer. For F1 to succeed in America, they need someone from NASCAR to go to freaking F1, and then boom,
They just
there's
need
an
someone
instant draw.
that's not even in NASCAR.
This
That's
isn't
to
a
go
case of
into
like
it,
the
though.
Beverly Hillbillies. Like,
No, it is.
No.
Like
It
rednecks with money
absolutely
aren't
is.
going to take over Beverly Hills.
It
That's not
absolutely will.
No.
If
No.
Liberty Media is listening, and
No.
this is a genius
not-
idea.
Rednecks with money don't
Okay,
want to live in
Freaking
Beverly
Dale
Hills.
Jr.
No.
in a
Here's
car, boom.
they're
Dad,
perfectly yeah.
Why do you want Liberty Media to grasp onto this? They're trying to introduce a mascot.
Right.
Well,
Named
they're trying
Axel.
to
Which
they're trying to
sounds-
turn Formula One into a football team right
Which
now,
sounds
and
like
you
it-
want them.
Which
to
sounds like it
side
would
on
play.
this?
It sounds like it would play well with the NASCAR crowd. You know, I mean, everybody
I mean,
loves a
as,
mascot.
as long as that
mascot.
mascot's coming out with a T-shirt can and launching triple XLs into the crowd, and then crushing cans of Bud Light on his head, like
Natty.
I mean,
He's
Natty,
a
sorry.
natty.
Natty
Or
Ice.
PBR. Probably
Natty Ice.
PBR.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
Bud
gotta have the
Light.
blue ribbon.
Bud Light.
But if it's
Come
F1,
on.
it's going to be like Stella Artois.
No shit.
You
I
know?
think Budweiser is the official beer of F1.
No, it is not.
No, fucking
No,
way.
Budweiser is
No,
the
it is
official.
not.
No, Budweiser is
No, it is
the
not.
official beer of like some European soccer league.
Oh,
Of,
right.
like,
Bundesliga.
not Bundesliga. The English Premier League.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
It's the Heineken
Wow.
Champions League, but it is the Budweiser English Premier League.
Wow.
Why?
Good for you, Budweiser. That's,
Yeah.
That's $100 million spent well. Anyways.
Whatever.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Sorry.
So, anywho, so Tony Stewart has agreed to settle with the parents of this dude they
Of
killed.
Kevin Ward Jr.
Yeah. And this comes only 5 weeks before the wrongful death lawsuit goes to trial.
Yep.
And there's going to be undisclosed amount. Obviously, they're going to keep
Obviously,
that
yeah.
pretty tight.
They're
but
probably
it's
going to keep that hush-hush.
Oh,
probably like a $20 million payout.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says what the hush money was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's legal,
You know,
binding
There's things.
requirements on that.
Right. You never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Nope.
You don't count the teeth.
You lost your son. It's not really a gift horse.
You're right.
Well,
That's
you
true.
know.
I would much rather have my son.
Well, your
Anyways.
son shouldn't have been a dipshit.
Well, I would have done the same thing, dude. He spun him out, man.
And?
Anyways, and then he murdered
So
him.
you're gonna go running towards traffic on a hot racetrack.
Well, if you're that high on weed, maybe. I don't know. He had a lot of TCH.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
I'm not on either side of this right now. I actually think they're both idiots for this. But
I agree. I agree
Everybody's
with that. I agree
wrong.
with that. I agree with
But-
that. Yeah, you shouldn't have got out of his car.
Shouldn't
Tony
have got out of the
have
car.
revved.
Tony shouldn't have done some stupid shit.
Tony shouldn't have revved.
They're both in the wrong here, but
Yeah,
Dinglenut shouldn't have got out of his car. Would
I
have
agree.
prevented this whole situation.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. Dude, we're
Anywho.
Anyways.
Yep. Anyway.
Okay.
So they're settling out of court,
Yep.
and that's really all the information we've got so far.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
that's-
Tony
anywho,
Stewart
that was
killed someone.
dope transition right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Actually,
Anyway,
so
back to F1 drivers.
so F1 drivers on this same note are more
yeah.
than likely to
Yeah.
hit each other.
well, yeah, just like
This is not
the
news.
contenders, like,
Are you-
and it's
Do you not remember Senna and Prost? I mean,
Well, yeah.
Let's go back to Suzuka. What, 92? Was that when that was? 92?
something like that. Yeah.
And it was like, hello, they were the top contenders on the same team, which is
Yeah.
the rule when you're on the same team. Don't hate your teammate. And what do they do in the freaking chicane? Ba-bing! It was the most famous like video clip of F1
Yep.
of all time ever. And it's like I'm surprised they wasted money to do this study. And I want to apply for the grant to do the study next year because that'll be like, give me $10 million and I'll tell you obvious things that are super dumb.
well, yeah.
It's
I mean,
hilarious.
I'm sure there's a marketing thing involved with this that
It's just
is probably right up your
Or
alley.
they have to do
Yeah.
it every year for insurance reasons.
oh,
gotta
there you
be
go.
There's
There you go.
there's a lot of bullshit in
It's
that.
just
Anyways.
interpolating existing data at this point.
But it's so funny. I'm excited to see how many hits we get this year between Vettel and Hamilton. It's going to be great. I hope we see freaking Verstappen up there as well. I think we
Yeah.
will.
So this is basically turf wars. I
Yeah.
mean, this is like an
Yeah.
arm
Yeah.
wrestling
Well,
match
it's
that
just-
nobody's going to step away
it's
from.
just a
Yeah.
big old dick measuring contest is what
Exactly.
it is.
Well, and when you're
And-
playing with the caliber of vehicles and the caliber of drivers and the money,
Yeah.
just the
500 million plus.
exactly,
Yeah, a year.
exactly. You've got
Yeah.
these
Year.
teams that are just shitting money.
This
Yeah.
is what Ferrari lives for. And the fact that they've threatened to leave the sport, given the regulations that are coming up that they're voting on for 2020 plus.
Yeah.
They
You know,
they
that's
want to
huge.
take their ball and go home, but
Yeah.
they still want to be part of the parking lot fight.
And they do that every
Yeah.
time these negotiations come up, so I don't think anything will come of it. But
Well,
they
yeah.
do have the power to actually create something of their own. And they wouldn't be
well,
alone.
maybe so.
Mercedes will go with them.
Okay, so Ferrari and Mercedes are going to do what?
Start their own freaking series.
Okay, so it's just going to be Ferrari and Mercedes?
No. They'll be able to draw other manufacturers into it.
Okay.
It could happen.
Well,
I don't think it will. 'Cause
No.
That's a huge undertaking. Like, they think $500 million a year is a lot. Try to run a series. You know?
Eric
Yeah,
Ferrari
it's going to be
was
insane.
thinking about trying to deuce out
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Yeah, that's
they
what
want
that's
to.
what- yeah.
Just to be gone.
They're just not happy about the engine regulations that are coming up.
Well, I
They're
would
bas-
be.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be either. It's like, hey, that's the whole thing we're doing this for is innovation and
Yeah.
technology
It's the whole
development.
point of the fucking company, bro.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, if
Josh, I love it, dude.
well, I mean, if you want to, I mean, the WEC, the P1 Pro regulations are frozen for another couple of years. So if they
Right.
want to, they can get in.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm not going to lie, that is the pinnacle of motorsports, in my opinion.
yeah,
Because you could still have some form of traction control, right? Am I correct in
Yep.
thinking that in the top level?
Yep.
And then the fuel, like I thought they changed the regulations. Like you can have as much power as you want. You got to
Yeah.
run this long in the fuel. On
yeah.
a
You
fuel
have
cell.
a fuel consumption
Yeah.
like rate.
Yeah.
So
Love that. That Formula One should adopt that. That'd be amazing. Anyways,
well, I mean,
Guys, I love Formula One. If you're not watching this season, do it. Bahrain is this weekend. The coverage is going to suck, so download it illegally. Not that I'm recommending you do that, but do that. And then...
Find an old version of LimeWire.
There you go.
Try and do it that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Give your computer AIDS.
Hit up LimeWire. Do you guys? That's all
I
I
remember
used.
LimeWire.
I
Oh,
never
God.
used Napster. I used LimeWire. That's amazing. You brought that up.
I remember.
I had a Mac, so I used it because I didn't get viruses.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
My wife and I were just barely talking about that last night. That's hilarious. Get out of my
That's
head,
amazing.
Josh. It's fucking amazing. I love it. Anyway.
Oh God! All right. Let's
All right,
see.
what's next?
What else we got? Let's see. The Top Gear test track is going to be bulldozed.
Yay!
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're turning the Dunsfold Aerodrome into something called Dunsfold Park, which is going to be like a housing development.
Of course it is.
That's the most English thing ever.
Yes.
Yeah, Dunsford.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they're working with a finite amount of room here on England.
Yeah,
So
they're not making any more.
Yeah, but they're like nowhere near developing all that country. Are you kidding me? They think driving an hour and a half is a long way.
Yeah,
have
but
you seen the size of the country? That is a long way for the country.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, as you're driving, there's nothing but open fields.
It's like
Well,
my
yeah.
commute goes to Eagle Mountain to
Yeah.
somebody that lives like downtown. They're like, oh my God, I have to drive to Ireland?
Yeah, I know exactly.
yeah,
Shit. But as you drive, you're surrounded by suburban sprawl. You know,
Yeah.
that doesn't exist in England.
it's getting
It's like,
there though.
Well, okay.
That's, I
Maybe.
mean,
I have a
If
few
there's
friends
a-
over there that I get to talk to periodically. It's
Oh, yeah?
pretty interesting, like what really goes on.
It's
Yeah.
a different world out
Yeah.
there.
And there's
I
a
hear
lot
the
more
car culture's
similarities
great.
than you think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been to London, and it is the
Yeah.
best place to go for
The thing I don't like
supercar.
about English mindset, okay? So,
Right.
like, just their whole class system that they still have. Like, everybody strives to be a cubicle employee
Yeah.
or a fucking doctor or some
Right.
shit. They look down on everyone like us who's in the tech trades.
yeah,
People that get dirty. They think
Right.
that we're scum. Even
Yeah.
though they need us for everything because they can't do shit.
Yeah.
It's like
But
the whole
even though
ideology.
2 out of the 4 of us at this table work in cubicles.
Yeah, I do.
yeah.
Well, I don't
Maybe.
I have a standing desk.
But you wouldn't
I have a
look at
cubicle.
me and be like, fuck you, you work in a shop, manual labor piece of shit.
Right.
That's basically how it is there.
Right.
Right.
And
But
I
if
don't
you
really-
go to Germany,
Yeah.
you're freaking honored as a king there,
Yeah, you're-
as a
Yeah.
freaking tradesman, because
Yeah.
they actually say, you know what, college isn't for you.
Yeah.
Learn this trade, and you will make way more money.
Continental
Yeah.
Europe is
Germany
very,
knows what's up.
Yeah, continental Europe's a lot like that. Like, yeah, college is not for everybody. That's
Yeah.
why we have trade schools.
They still have
Specifically Germany.
the notarized approval for like any modification to your car has to be approved by an engineer.
In
They
England?
have to have a certain certificate. No, in Germany.
Oh, in Germany, yeah,
It
right.
has to be
the
signed and
MOT and all
notarized.
that.
I was
and
going
all
to say the car culture in England is actually pretty hot. if
Yeah,
I'm not
it
mistaken.
is.
Yeah, there's a new show on Velocity that I started watching. It's kind of like it's not necessarily wheelie dealers, but it's more kind of like wheelie dealers. But it's like they use vintage cars. They just built a Cosworth. It's a girl and 2 dudes, and one of the dudes is Canadian. But anyways, they just did a Ford Escort. It was actually a pretty good show. Anyways, speaking of shows, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a little bit. But
Well, whatever.
yeah, you know.
Well, I mean,
Josh might be on one. I don't know. You know, JDM Legend.
wow, nuggets.
Whoa.
Nuggets.
Stay tuned.
Dropping nuggets there.
Yeah. Teasers.
Stay tuned for the second half of the Cam Automag Camcast podcast.
Yes.
For
Dad
this
has
breaking information.
ADD.
Couldn't tell.
I really do. I think I do. I need
Huh.
to get that diagnosed. Anyways,
so
Top Gear track. What are they going to do?
So they're building this.
Yeah, nobody knows what they're going to do.
Oh, so it's going to be redeveloped for housing.
Yeah, it's going to be housing. Like, there's going to be a market
yeah.
square.
What's going to happen
Like,
with that 747 that was sitting on that runway forever? Let's buy that.
No.
Turn it into an apartment.
No.
Let's live together.
The new Harry Potter's going to live there, bro.
Yeah, dude. There we go.
It's the new Dudley family.
There it is. Freaking love it.
What is it, book 9, book 10?
Who knows?
Harry moves under the 747.
Oh,
I don't even know.
By J.K. Rowling.
you moguls.
JK needs a paycheck.
Wow.
Yeah, right. She needs a paycheck like I need diabetes.
Anyway.
I've got it. Anyways,
Diabetes.
Yeah, so,
Wheels.
no, I mean, they're going to turn it into 1,800 houses. And
1,800 houses.
yeah.
I mean, they
Which,
used
to
to land.
be fair, that's massive.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. Well, they used to land B-24s
That's
there.
yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's high density though. 1,800 homes in that area with a market and open space and all of this. Like
That's sad, though.
from an urban development standpoint, that is huge.
No, it's huge.
For someone
that's
who
high
likes
density.
watching a lot of British TV, I don't think anybody developing there would be listening to this. But if you do,
Yeah.
please don't make it look like every
So-
other fucking house in Surrey.
Exactly.
They all
So-
look the same, bro.
They're
Make it
like
look
the
good.
row houses, right?
Yeah.
The brick.
And they've all got like the red roof,
Yep.
and it's just all
So-
look the fucking same.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I have bad news.
And it says
I'm pretty sure they're going to be
Yeah, just like
exactly
that.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
so as we can see from this GIF here, this is
GIF image brought to you by Jalopnik.
we
By
found
the
this
way.
on Jalopnik. So this is how it currently sits with the runways and everything, and then that's what it's going to end up
Oh,
turning
wow.
into.
What's up, Daybreak?
Yep. Yeah, it looks a lot like Daybreak.
Damn, it actually looks an awful lot like Daybreak.
Yeah.
Thanks,
They go
Rio
ahead.
Tinto.
Yep.
It's like fucking Mountain View down the side there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Bacchus. I see Bacchus up there.
God.
Oh man.
But
You got Bacchus going on the rack there.
yeah.
It's all the same shit, bro.
Yep.
Different
Exactly.
zip codes.
Yep.
all of it.
Well, there's going to be a park, and they're going to name it Runway Park because it's going to be right where one of the runways
They
are.
should call one of the streets the Stig Avenue. No, too soon.
Oh, what house is yours? Oh, I'm 3292 Gambon Place.
Oh, Campbell.
I live on Hammerhead Way.
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah. Well, that's sad.
Yep, that is.
Right when they're getting their stride too.
Right?
Oh well.
That's
caught
all right.
up?
They'll figure something out.
Yeah. It's not like the BBC doesn't have money.
I mean, it's
You know.
a government entity, is
Yeah,
it
they
not?
do.
Yeah.
They absolutely have
So-
money.
They'll
They don't
figure
have
it
any
out.
money, bro.
They're sitting on the Queen's gold. They got everything.
They lost Clarkson. They're dead to me.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? For real.
Even though apparently Top Gear UK has been a pretty good show.
Yeah.
The last season.
Yeah.
I'm
I've been
once
I
episode
haven't
in
seen
and
it.
I dig
I
it.
boycotted it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't watch TV.
I watched Grand Tour Nation.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
GTN Rise Up. Anyways.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anywho, so there's that. So they're
Yeah,
going to
man.
be bulldozing it. They're going to make some fancy something.
I'm on
Not
Netflix. I
even-
see like Matt LeBlanc star. I'm like, nope.
No, pass.
Yeah.
I've seen enough Friends. I'm good.
I hope we don't see that in
Damn.
other areas of our country.
Mm,
I would be severely disappointed if that happened.
yeah.
Anyways, let's not talk about that evil.
Yep.
So I mean, we're breezing right through this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
Yeah, man.
Smoke set. We already did that.
We did that.
So Josh,
Yeah.
give us a rundown of what you've been doing the last little bit, man.
Dude,
You
you've
guys
been-
have had a lot of stuff in the works. You've been keeping
Yeah.
a lot of things hush hush.
Yeah. And
Now
I'm,
you're really close to letting a bunch of stuff out. So
Yeah.
give us what you can.
I'm seeing some.
So I'm not coming out of the closet.
Well,
I'm just fucking with you. Actually,
mu-
I'm really
much
not.
much to our dismay.
All right.
It's okay. That's all right. I did hype that up a little bit too much. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did. It's okay.
But really, no. Like for the past year, we've been working on a new show with Velocity. That's going to be the first ever Japanese car restoration show, like nostalgic Japanese car ever
Yeah.
that I've ever seen.
I've already seen the promos are rolling now, and I love like the vintage take they're using with
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yeah.
They got
Oh,
the
yeah.
dude with the mustache and just like totally hilarious.
That guy's a badass. His
Yeah.
name is Brendan, and he's
Yeah.
actually a camera guy.
Really?
He
Cool.
just filled in for that. Yeah, and then
He
he like
just
dressed
stood
him
in.
up. Yeah, he's awesome.
Nice.
Hear
Very
it here
nice.
first. That's awesome. That's
Hell yeah.
hilarious. Well, that's sick. Yeah, I've seen the promos. I've got
Yeah.
my DVR set because
Yep.
it starts when
April 17th.
April
on Velocity.
17th.
And
Velocity.
it'll be on Motor Trend on demand. I don't know when.
nice.
They're still working that out.
Are they going to drop the whole season like on Motor Trend event, or are they going to
No,
do
they're-
it by
They're going to do it by episode,
Episode.
until it's out.
cool? That's
Very
sick.
cool.
Completely.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many episodes are going to be for this first season?
It's only 6.
Okay,
And
cool.
then we might do a bonus. I'm not sure.
Right. So
That's
we
to
have
be determined.
6 episodes coming our way.
Yeah, they're about 44 minutes to an hour with commercials.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Cool. So
All right.
your typical Velocity block.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm freaking stoked. I'm just.
But
and
now
we're-
I'm excited for this one mostly because, as you had told me before, this doesn't have a whole bunch of that manufactured drama garbage that a lot of
There is none.
the shows have.
No.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Thank
it'd
you.
be really difficult to actually put that.
If you know
Give you
me
guys a shot.
and how I am and you watch the show, it's me.
Right.
And Eric. Like, it's not, there's no bullshit. We're not breaking doors. And
right.
there's no
You're not throwing
staged,
chairs at
scripted
anybody.
crap. No.
Right.
It's just really us just doing what we do.
Cool.
And our customers and
I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. That sounds so refreshing because basically
yeah,
every
exactly.
TV show that's on right now, like shop oriented, is that
I honestly feel like
you can
like,
feel the script coming through.
Yeah.
I feel like Bitch and Rides would be so much better. I feel like
We
what
use
is it,
the same
Gas
production
Monkey
crew,
Garage.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
they use-
it's all the same crew. It's all Fisher. Or
We're all
something like that.
Fisher.
Yeah.
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 But I feel like all of those shows would be so much better from an enthusiast standpoint.
Right.
If
Yeah.
they didn't have that garbage. I understand that they do that to get the average idiot who doesn't care unless there's drama, and then they're like,
oh, we got to build this car by this date. You know?
I thought I knew about car shows until like doing this,
Right.
and I've learned so much about everything that happens.
I can imagine there's so much BS.
Oh, there's got to be so much.
So much.
And to think you guys have it drama free.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we actually declined before.
Oh, really?
And then-
they approached you guys.
Yeah.
And
So-
they said, let's do a show, and you said no.
From what I understand, Dino at Speed Hunters referred a producer to us.
Right.
Who
Really?
did what they call like a sizzle reel. And
Yeah.
so what they
Wow.
do is they go over the shop, interview us, talk about what they do, and then they pitch it as a show.
Right.
So we pitched it to Discovery. They loved it. Sent it to Fisher. He wasn't part of it anymore. And then they started filming 10, 11 months ago.
Right.
Rad.
So it's pretty process based. The problem is when you film a show, every hour is a minute of footage that you can use.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
Filming-
all in the editing room.
So there's
Yeah.
so much of these builds that you're never going to see.
Right.
And you'll just notice as you're watching that the car will just all of a sudden like more stuff's in there, more stuff's done, and
Right.
they just focus on
Yeah.
what is interesting.
Right.
Because you got to keep it interesting, but their demographics, like 58, I think is the average age right now.
What?
Damn.
Really? It's
The
like
people-
a Corvette. It's a Corvette owner.
It's the people with the money to buy these cars,
It's a
So
Corvette
they-
owner.
which
Yeah.
makes perfect sense.
So
Yeah.
they bought 10, the Enthusiast Network.
Yeah, yeah.
And
They
then
did.
they bought Motor Trend,
Yeah.
and so they did Motor Trend online.
And
so,
they shut down European car. Sad face.
So I have the feeling like we're going to be used to bring in a new audience,
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
because we've killed just with the trailer. Like I was saying, like anything that they've had online, like any social media, they're just blown.
Right.
They launched that and it just went everywhere.
And it just went gaga.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's what's hot right now. This is what enthusiasts and casual,
Well, and this speaks more to our generation, right?
It really
'Cause
does.
we're-
It
Gran
really does.
Turismo. We're the Gran Turismo generation, where we saw all these cars that we wanted and dreamed and lusted after that we
Yeah.
only saw in video games. But you guys are freaking building, importing, and building, and this is really what's going to, I think, really build this show and make it explode. Is just the cars that you're working on. And as you said, this is the first JDM. Everything that we've seen before is American muscle. Really, is what it is.
American muscle is a very saturated market.
Yeah.
I can't count on both hands the number of shops
Everything.
in the state of Utah alone that do stuff with American cars and trucks.
Yeah, me and Josh were, talking earlier. It's like, the umpteenth American,
Yeah.
classic show.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, yeah,
We've
yeah.
been seeing that for 20 years.
So this
yeah,
is
I mean, if you're good at what you do and that's what you like to do,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
More power to you. But
Obviously,
it's
there's
just-
a market
yeah.
and there's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
exactly.
This is new. This
So we're
is fresh.
the very first ever, show like that ever made for Japanese cars.
I love it.
and you
and-
guys sounds like you guys are already breaking things. Like
And
Yeah.
we're, we tried to do everything PC.
Right.
I didn't want any Colin Kaepernick bullshit. Like I have our flag, I have the Japanese flag. They're hung at their appropriate level. Everything's the
There
same
you
way
go.
during
Right.
peacetime.
Nice.
Everything's PC.
Right.
We took our naval battle flags down because they offend Korean people because they've been occupied so many times, and we
Right.
don't want to we
Yeah.
don't want to piss
Yeah.
anyone off. We just want to build cars. Don't want any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I
right.
mean?
See, it's amazing that you prepared for this.
I did before
Yeah.
we even started filming. I
'Cause
went
you
over the
really-
whole shop.
You
bro.
really do have to think about
Yeah.
that when you go so public. like
Everything
this
can
type
be
of-
a
Oh, yeah.
meme.
Oh man, that's
Everything
amazing.
can be a meme.
The
That's true.
internet will steal your chain.
Yeah,
the-
exactly.
The internet is undefeated.
If you don't cover your ass though,
Oh, yeah.
on every detail and everything, like you're fucked now. It's
Right.
not like
Yeah.
the '90s. You can just put whatever the fuck you want on TV. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Exactly.
which on some hand I do miss that,
Right.
I miss that too.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
USA Network. You guys remember USA Network?
Oh,
do,
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yes, it was.
So I mean, you guys are just going to be killing it. Like I mean,
I
it's
hope
going to come
so.
swinging right
I really
out
hope
the gate.
people like the show, because it
Well-
really scares me because I've never ever been or thought that I would ever be there,
Right.
especially
And
on
there
like
you are.
an international level of attention.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's scary.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I was-
you're going to go from zero to hero in on April 17th.
Yes.
In no time. So I
We'll
mean,
be
yeah, that's got to be a
airing
huge
internationally.
huge shift. Yeah.
Damn.
So
They have
just go ahead and brace because you know that I'm going to be sending my resume to you guys a lot.
You and everybody else.
I know.
I don't know if you knew this, but we have a podcast. Just kidding. Oh wait, you're on it.
we
Yeah.
need to definitely probably expand. Because it is just the two of us right,
Right,
now, and then
yeah.
Mauricio
Expansion.
has his own shop, so
Yeah,
he's privateering. I'm technically a privateer.
Right,
I've
okay.
been 1099 for years.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, I'm just on my
Wow.
own, bro.
Nice.
Damn.
So you're like a contractor in this regard.
I'm a contractor.
So yeah,
So-
for those of you who don't know Josh, I didn't know Josh before this. I know the
Yeah.
shop. I've known the shop for basically its entire lifespan.
Oh,
It was-
nice.
I'm actually really surprised that you two haven't met before.
Yeah,
because
which is
Brandon, you
weird.
know a lot of people.
Yeah, I've been in the car,
pretty
but I'm
well
not
networked.
But I'm Eurotrash to a T.
Yes.
Well,
So-
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
And when I dabbled in the 350Z world, it was back in 04. I bought my 350Z a year old, which was the stupidest thing in the world because nothing loses value faster than a Nissan. in
No
my
shit,
opinion.
bro.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
I paid $29,500 for mine. So imagine what in a
I
year and
wanted
a
one
half.
when they were brand new.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I waited a year and bought one, which was stupid. I was like dropped out of school, had a sales job. Oh, I'm making freaking bank. I'm a single dude. I'm going to buy a sports car. I bought a 350Z. Loved it. Best car, probably one of the best cars I've ever owned because it was so controllable, so much torque whenever you want it, just comfortable. Freaking 38 miles per gallon going to Vegas. It's freaking amazing.
I don't really post much or talk about it. I'll post a picture of it, but
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be like that guy. But
Yeah.
it is a great car. I'm really
Yeah.
impressed with it for the price.
So yeah,
They're a fantastic bargain. They're
Yeah.
Oh,
an
yeah.
amazing chassis for an undeniably cheap amount of change.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And so much support.
And for the listener,
And you could-
so I roll up tonight for tonight's podcast, and I see Josh's daily driver, which is a
That's an 03 350Z track in Pikes Peak White.
track. He has a freaking
Yep.
track back with the Brembo brakes, the freaking Graham Light, freaking forged wheels that weigh nothing.
It has the 009 trans,
Yep.
Yep.
factory carbon fiber drive
It is
shaft,
the way to go.
VLSD.
See, I had the old man version. I had the 03. Mine was an 03 as well. Touring. So I had the leather, the heated seats, everything, all
The nice
all the
one.
nice, the
Yeah.
comfy
Yeah.
one. It was the comfy
The
one.
one that doesn't rattle as much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the brakes would start fading
Yeah.
on a canyon drive, So yeah, you've done it right, my friend. And I freaking geeked out over your cars.
I
rolled
put
in.
stop text on it, and it slams to a stop.
I bet it
yeah.
just sucks your
Very good.
face into the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Here's a
They-
fun fact
they're
about track
driver's
packs.
cars.
So, they got Brembos, right? And,
Yeah.
you see the
Yeah.
Brembos, and you're like, oh, yeah, STR Evo Brembos. The
Right.
fronts are
No.
different.
Yeah.
Really?
The pads are 10 millimeters smaller
Oh,
than,
really?
than the later ones, but the rears are the same.
Oh wow.
So the
That's cool.
pads are specific to that caliper and the G35 because you could get Brembos on those too.
Right. That's cool.
Interesting.
So yeah. So how long? And having met you at the beginning of this episode, I was like, getting a little bit more to know you. You've been with the shop now how long? With JDM Legends.
4.5 years or
Four
so.
and a half years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of builds.
I started there when the other two guys left.
Right.
Todd and Ryan, fantastic. We're all
Right.
friends. They come visit sometimes.
And I know Ryan. Me and
Yeah.
Ryan go way back.
Ryan's cool as hell.
I met him when he had his R32,
Yeah.
that white one. Remember
Mhm.
that one?
Mhm.
Way back when. He had long hair back then. Love
Oh,
you,
that was
Ryan.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
I've known of them, but until 2013, I think it was November, was the first ever first Thursday meet I went to, and I didn't know anybody in
Right.
this whole community then.
Right.
And I'd already been working professionally for 4 years
Really?
at that point. I started
other
young.
shops and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, you were a Honda Tech. You were like a Master Tech or something before this, right?
I worked for mom and pop shops, worked for Mazda, worked for lots of places.
So answer me this: what's your car history like? What's Josh's car anthology like? What do we have? We have a 350Z daily driver right now.
I've had that's probably my 30th car
Holy frick!
that I've had
Okay,
since
so
14.
if you're listening right now, go ahead and get some popcorn, get the hot cocoa going, because here we go.
I can remember all of them.
I just can't.
But your first car is one that I actually enjoy.
Yeah. It was a 63 Ford Galaxy.
What?
500 XL
Yeah.
with the 390 FE.
With the
4
390
barrel. Yeah,
4 barrel?
3-speed.
That's a badass car, dude.
White
That's a
on
big
white,
car.
Boss Hog style.
That's a big old car, dude.
That was the
That's
shit.
Sick.
That's
Oh, wow.
that's the shit that gets my jollies rustled.
That's rad.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
Yeah, I bought it. Been sitting for 9 years.
What?
Engine was crap.
Yeah.
It just looked terrible. Had no brakes.
Right.
I went through the whole thing.
And just brought it back.
Yeah, and I started
How
driving
old were
it
you in that?
14.
you weren't even legal to drive, and you
No.
bought a freaking Ford Galaxy. That's
I drove it
badass.
to school.
Really?
Uh,
That's sick. Where did you grow up?
So I was born in Whittier.
Okay.
I moved here because my mom's family, and then we went back to Vegas during
Right.
the construction boom
Yeah.
when they tore all the old Vegas down and built the new Vegas.
Yeah.
And then we came back here, and
Nice. So you went to high school in Vegas?
I went to high school here. I went to West High.
Oh, West High. Okay.
I graduated in 09.
Dude, that's where my dad went. Yeah, but that was back in the 1910s.
West was cool, man.
Love you, Dad.
At that time, it was kind of thug. It wasn't
Right.
the 90s, but
Right. Yeah.
it was cool.
That's cool.
Everybody, I've had a lot of good friends there that I still talk to now,
That's awesome.
and teachers.
Well, and I imagine now, after this thing drops, a lot of these people are going to come back
Oh,
out of the woodwork,
jeez.
too.
Yeah, get ready for that. It's going to happen. It's
Yeah.
going to happen. I kind of worry for you.
Well, I don't know what they want.
Well, yeah, it's like, hey, dude, hook me up.
You
with
never know.
You got a 240Z, dude. Let's hook it up, man.
Hey, bro.
Just 160K. It's yours.
I need
Anyway.
like $50 to get through the week, bro.
Right. No, that might happen, but
When the EBT runs out.
you are going to have to be selective of who you accept as friend requests on all the social medias. I think.
Well, I mean, you've been pretty smart on the social media front as far
Yeah.
as that goes.
Did they coach
making
you?
most of a
No.
fan page type
no,
of thing?
no
instead
coaching
of-
or anything like that.
No.
So they don't even prepare. They're just like, hey, be you be you, and we're just going to film it.
Yeah, everything you do is all up to you
Wow,
and what you decide to do.
that's cool.
There's no real like direction.
And I guess probably the only thing that you've had to really adjust for is having to kind of explain what you're doing.
Yeah,
Because normally it's just you and Eric in the shop, right?
yeah, just
Yeah,
build
it's
them.
just
There's really no
Eric and
explanation
I, or
needed.
me, or Eric, or
Yeah,
whoever,
yeah.
you know, I'd be out dealing with the customer on the computer, you know, doing
Right.
invoicing. I'm in the back.
Right.
I just don't talk.
Yeah.
So like, there's even some parts of the show where I have like subtitles because I'm like underneath something talking, and like, you know, the microphone's in your shirt,
Yeah, it's like muffled.
and I have to have it low because of the beard, and you can't have
Right.
it too high, and like you get
Yeah, your
it's-
beard's amazing. by
Our
the way.
sound guys, I thank you. Our sound guy is awesome.
Yeah. So as a beardo myself, Dave is actually rocking a better beard than me right now too.
Well, it's because I haven't shaved in a while.
Yeah.
You probably have health and tidiness standards to live up to.
I do. Yeah. Well, you do now too. So you have.
She wants me to
missus-
trim it a little bit.
Yeah,
but-
you do. You need to trim it a little bit, but keep it. Anyways, yeah, the beard is looking amazing. So,
Thanks.
yeah. So what else after the Galaxy? What were some notable cars within that 30 car history?
Or at least ones you really enjoy.
Yeah, ones that you kind of regret selling.
I really liked my Hondas. I had.
You have
Couple
like
of
an EG.
Preludes.
Did you ever have an EG SI?
I was never into newer Civics.
Oh, really?
I
You're
still
old
am not.
school.
I don't like them at all.
Like EFs or like what were you talking
Before
about?
that, like
Really?
third gen and prior.
Wow.
I had a 70s,
Yeah, EEs,
78.
Dude, that's sick. You know, my first kids car that my family bought, which was like a 84 Accord. 84. It's like the round headlight one, right? Am I in the right general? That had like
Yeah.
the genre that had the green. Remember that?
The dual rounds?
That
dual
might have
rounds.
been like
yeah,
the
it's
last
first
year.
gen. Yeah.
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 That was our first kids
Because
car.
they went to dual square after that.
Yeah, it was a dual rounds friggin' hatchback Accord. And it was just the baddest ass car. We found a little vial of cocaine under the passenger seat.
That's how you know
Yeah.
you're in a good 80s car.
Yeah.
Totally.
Good if there's
When
cocaine.
somebody was doing coke
Yeah.
in the car that you now own,
Yeah.
you got a good car.
Yeah,
They
there
had their
was-
priorities,
oh, yeah.
right? Because they had the Honda, and then they
Yeah.
had the
Yeah.
quality stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they had sheepskin seat covers, so that was total shit. But
Well, I mean, it
Oh,
goes
whatever.
with the
Have you?
coke.
I mean, sheepskin's dope.
yeah, that was 94 when we bought that, 93.
Dude,
so it was
that's hardcore.
It was a 10-year-old car. Anyways, that's sick. Okay,
Damn.
so you were early. You've always been old school.
That's all I preferred.
I love it.
I loved your Montero. You had a Montero
Yeah.
two-door.
You had a Mitsubishi, a two-door Montero.
You had a
Two-door
two-door
Monte.
Montero.
That
I had
is
an 80
rare.
That was what I had right before the Z.
Really?
That was
Yeah.
an 87, and I had, so what wheels were those? They were the...
Was it lifted up? Did you have that thing lifted up, or was
It was not really lifted.
Yeah.
I just did like a suspension refresh, and it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
brought the sag away, and it
Nice.
just made it look like a normal. They were Inky blow-ins,
Oh, really?
15 by 9.
Oh, wow.
Dude, they were a dope wheel, and you actually had a Dome Zero steering wheel. On
I had
this
a
thing.
Dome
Yeah.
Zero SW2 steering
Damn.
wheel. in
Those
it.
don't go for cheap. I'm not a JDM guy. I
Like
know
With
that
an
that's
Evo,
Yeah.
I had an Evo 4 short hub on it.
sick.
It's
Yeah.
the same spline.
That's
This
sick.
shit was
Damn.
amazing.
That's sick.
Still a 4-cylinder,
Really?
4G54
So you-
with a Weber
yeah, you're-
carb.
Yeah,
You're
there
kind
you
of a magician when it comes to these older motors and carbs and stuff. Man.
Yeah, dude.
I put
I don't like
30,000
carbs.
miles on it in a year.
Wow.
Damn.
I drove it to the
Holy
coast several
shit.
times. Colorado, I wheeled the shit out of it. I put new trans in it,
Yeah.
and clutch.
What
when
kind
I
of
had the trans.
MPGs were you in that bad boy?
23 to 5.
In an 80s freaking SUV.
Hybrid.
Well,
Yep.
and speaking of MPGs, you had a B2200
Mm-hmm.
that I love. That's actually when I met you.
Oh, please
was
tell
when
me you
had your
mini
truck.
trucked it. Was
I
it
did.
mini trucked?
It was slammed with a flatbed on it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
rem-
flatbed?
the-
No way.
Oh,
The
he's pulling
day
up
I
photos.
met Josh,
Yeah.
and this will stick in my memory forever. The day I met Josh was at one of those like Saturday night meets.
Oh, yeah.
He just kind of showed up. He had a couch,
On your freaking
like
flatbed.
like a freaking love seat,
Yes.
strapped to the bed of
Yes.
the flatbed of his truck.
Oh, Josh, hero.
And I walked up and I was like, "This is the coolest shit ever, man."
I'm gonna
like,
sit
"What's
on
up?
that
Who are
couch."
you? Like, dude, he super cool. It was dumped on like Toyota SR5 alloys.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the Forerunner
dude. Yeah, the
SR5
split
alloys.
spoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. 3-spoke split. Am I
Were they
thinking the right
threes
thing?
or fours or something like that?
Oh,
but
dude. Yeah, that is freaking
Yeah.
money. Flatbed, no freaking. He's showing me a picture right now, and I am just loving it. It's
I had
like
the
a deep
95
blue.
4Runner front bumper.
yeah, and you were getting like insane mileage out of that thing.
I got
Well, it weighs-
mid-30s, 30 to 35.
It weighs
out of
what,
it.
12 pounds with everything stripped off like
The
that?
bed was 200 pounds lighter than the original bed.
Holy
That's why I
crap.
did it out of aluminum. It was more expensive.
Oh, it was aluminum.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
all
beat
aluminum.
Ford to the punch, is
Yeah.
what you're telling us. I hope you're listening, Ford.
So I got hit twice in that.
Are you serious?
I got hit by an old Catholic lady going to church in a Prius. It was like brand new Prius.
Oh,
She hit the back corner of my bed
yeah.
going down a snowy hill. I used to live in the avenues.
right.
And it ripped her whole car open like a can opener.
Oh, jeez.
And it didn't do anything to my truck.
Wow.
at
Yeah,
all.
you're just totally fine.
I pried her door open. I got her out. You know,
Right.
my house was close by. I
Started
got her
punching her in the face
No,
for
I
hitting
felt
her.
horrible.
Yeah.
'Cause she couldn't see. It was wide out.
Right,
She
right,
was
right.
an old lady. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Come
I got
on.
rear-ended by a brand new 1-ton Sierra.
Ooh.
Damn.
So he basically was texting,
Oh.
and he just was rolling up to the light by the library,
Right.
like State and 4 South or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
right down there.
Slammed right in the back of my truck. Wasn't insured yet. He just barely bought it.
Oh.
He was on the phone with the insurance company, and the whole front where the fog lights were was just destroyed.
Oh.
Didn't do anything to my truck.
Your truck
either.
is totally fine.
Yeah.
Aluminum beds. Friggin', I love it.
Well, they don't build them like they used to. That's for sure.
So how
Yeah.
did you slam that thing? Was that on coils, or what did you put
So
that
I
in?
had drop spindles in the front,
Right.
and then I just had redone leaf in the rear.
Nice, just drop
Just
it down.
still leaf, yeah. And I had
How'd it
a
ride? Pretty
load
good?
carrier suspension on it, so I could put my snap-on box on it, and it
Oh, yeah?
didn't rub.
Nice, dude.
It rode great.
Friggin'
Had
looks
offset
sick.
ball joints. That's really it. Just
Yeah.
torsion
Like-
reindex.
This is the thing I love about Josh is
Yeah.
everything he does has so much thought into
Right.
it, and
Right.
everything
Yeah.
is done
You could
so
put it-
properly.
Yeah, I don't do
Yeah.
that with anything I build. It's just
Like everything is so haphazard these days. No, like the reason why everything Josh has is so simple and so well done is because it's so properly thought out.
yeah.
That's what I love
Thanks.
about it. That's what I love about
Yeah.
everything you do, and I could see that translates into everything you do with JDM Legend.
Thanks, man.
But now the whole nation, nay, the world is going to see this.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
They're going to see you and see this.
That's
Yep.
crazy, dude.
Are you excited about it, man?
I'm scared.
I bet.
I'm
I'd be kind of pooping a little
I'm-
bit.
I'm
I'd be some poop in my
terrified, bro.
pants.
Because I imagine there's a lot of good and equally as much negative
Yeah,
that's going to come out of this.
it's going to be
Yeah.
awesome though. I'm excited
Because people suck. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, that's
People are
just how
good,
people
and
are.
people also suck.
The problem is, is
Well,
like when you agree to do this, you're opening yourself up to international criticism.
exactly.
And then
yeah,
once you do that, that's just it is what it
Yeah,
is.
you
I don't
become
really
a-
care.
Right.
yeah. You're a public profile. At that
But
point.
what I've
Yeah.
seen, a lot of people have been sharing everything that's been out about it.
Yeah.
And for every negative comment, there's 10 positive replies to it.
Exactly.
Saying, like, you don't know what they do, like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
whatever. And, like, I think that's really nice that people do that. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, you got a lot of people on your side on this one.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
I can't think of a single person that has even half a mind to think anything negative of you
No.
or even
It's-
JDM.
Well, I
Legend.
just met
mean,
you.
guys- there's literally there's no possible way anybody could have anything ill to say about you or you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see it.
I hope not. I try and do right by people. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm
We're all-
excited.
Yeah, man.
We're all there.
And we got your back because you're local. I mean, we were
Thanks.
talking about this in the pre-roll, and
Yeah.
it's just how much amazingness is coming out of Utah right now.
Yeah.
Like we really are in the industrial. Oh, dude, is this the next car?
This is another one
You
I
had a
have.
Corona. That's right.
What?
There's a Corona. on
Freaking
Yeah, the
French
Corona.
inner
The-
lights are like my shit. I love that. That
And
is
they
sick.
were
What year is that? Like
SSR Mark IIs?
Mark 1s.
Mark 1s.
It's a
Yeah.
73.
73
It's
Corona.
a Corona Mark II. So it was the first ever X chassis.
Right. Okay.
Ever.
Freaking tasty.
Grandpa Cressida.
So right.
So that was after the B-22 or before?
That was, I had them at the same time.
Same time.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
sold
always-
that one to finish that car
Right.
and then drive it. And I drove it every day for a while.
Yeah. You always have to have multiple cars.
And there's
Yeah.
probably got to be
Dave knows this.
high double digits, maybe low triple digits of those cars left.
Oh,
There's less
Yeah.
than
sure.
10
In the United States.
in
I'm-
existence.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, like,
There's-
don't they in Japan? Is this true? I heard this in Japan. If a car reaches a certain age, it's basically junked.
No.
Like if that's
No.
not true. Oh, okay. I thought if it reached like 50,000 miles, they pull it off the road.
No.
I heard that somewhere.
No.
That's not true.
No.
Okay, I'm full of shit.
you
Don't
just have
listen
to pay more tax.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why they,
here is
they abandoned
opposite.
them.
If you have an old car, it's cheaper
Cheaper,
to own. There,
right.
it's more expensive to own an older car.
because
Yeah.
it's less efficient, supposedly.
Yeah, you have
and all
to
that
pay
crap.
more tax. You pay for the wheelbase, the displacement.
Oh,
Yeah.
the wheelbase, really? So if
Yeah.
it's a longer, bigger car,
That was it,
Yeah.
pretty much.
holy, it's a wagon.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's
Dude,
even
it
hotter.
was so choice.
That's
it was
sick.
so rad.
See, I don't know that I'm learning JDM right now with Josh from JDM Legends.
And you are learning
Yep.
so much.
Oh my
I
gosh,
had
This
one
is
of
trial
these.
by fire.
we should
and
post
you're-
that up because that's
doing
freaking.
good.
Oh,
Oh,
an
we-
Odyssey freaking slam, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The
Are
first
you
gen Odyssey,
first gen Odyssey?
It was bagged, and then you could control it with a PlayStation controller.
No!
That's what controlled
Yeah.
each
That
input.
is the raddest thing ever.
Dude.
That was a good time.
See, I have 2 kids, so I'm all about that right now. I'm all about
Oh,
that
yeah.
minivan.
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Yes, give me that swagger wagon.
Hey, man.
That's badass. I told my wife, she's like looking at the Toyota, whatever it's
The
called.
Sienna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like they have a sportier version with the SE. I was like, if we get that, because I hate minivans. We're
was
bagging
the
the
dumb
shit
wheel.
out of it. Oh, it's like a Nintendo controller, your
Yeah,
steering wheel.
It's
That is
from
genius.
1979.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
Dome.
Dude.
Atari.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
So you have lived basically the JDM life since 14. I mean, let's
Kinda.
count that. Let's
I mean,
count that
I-
Ford
I
Galaxy as a
haven't only
JDM.
had Japanese. I had a Scirocco. I
Oh,
had an 82 Scirocco.
we know
Singing your name
We
now.
know my history with that.
Yeah.
I love you, Gil. I'm sorry. I bailed on buying my friend's 82 Scirocco because I suck. Anyways, it's
Meh.
freaking sick though. It's gold. If you want it, let me know.
I love Scirocco's.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah.
That's sick. So you did dip into my world. Oh, good. Because that's where I've had 3 GTIs, multiple other European cars. I freaking love Europe. In fact, I helped start the Utah Association of Euros. I don't know if you've heard of us.
Hmm.
No. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the European car club. Of
Okay.
Utah, if you will, kind of all denominations. Anyways, but yeah, that's sick. What else? What happened after that freaking sick ass wagon you just showed me? That gave me a
So
chub.
the wagon, I had the van, I had 70 Datsun 521 pickup.
Oh, those are rad.
I had
Did you slam that down
various
too?
Hondas. I got a free Chevy truck that I ended up selling.
Was it an S10?
No.
Oh, it was a big boy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was like a half-ton six-cylinder manual 90
Oh, wow. So
short
CK
cab.
15
Yeah,
short.
just white with the blue interior. The
Shorty
ugly one.
short?
Yeah.
No, that's sick. I love those. Dave knows that.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I do.
I had a Sonoma
Oh, really?
for a short time.
GT?
No,
That'd be a rare bird.
I wish.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
cool.
almost more rare than a Cyclone.
I know. It is.
Yeah.
It is, actually.
Cyclones and typhoons. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think the Cyclone was made more than the GT. I think there's truth to that. Go ahead and prove us and email it to cambag at mailbagautobag, whatever our fucking email is. I don't remember.
There was a time-
How many? I've done this for a year and I still remember our email address.
Yeah.
There was a time when I had like 7 cars at my house,
Wow.
and like only 3 of them were registered. I
Are
don't
you
even-
married? Are you
No.
married? You have a girlfriend?
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. She's very patient.
And she is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She's
awesome.
She's
Rad.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm happy
She's
for
not. She's not from Utah.
I have 2 cars of my own right now. My wife thinks that's too many. She doesn't know quite about the Jeep that we talked about at the beginning. But
Well, you know,
yeah, okay.
she's gonna find out sooner or later.
So yeah, I'm glad you started young, right? And you got this 7 cars. How many cars do you own right now?
Just one.
Just the one, just the Z.
Mm-hmm. And I have
Really?
a Vespa,
You got a Vespa, freaking
Yeah.
125. What are we rolling?
50cc.
Whoa!
I'm
you're
gonna
getting-
swap it.
Yeah, you're getting the MPGs right now.
I bought it, and it's like
The two cycle.
The rear end's been lowered and extended, and it has some weird like muffler on it.
Really?
I just want to actually build it.
Dude, that's rad. I love freaking skaters.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm all about that. So my wife, when I got married, she made me basically sign an agreement, no motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
But I told her, okay, cool, I got to buy an exotic car whenever we can afford it. You know, she can't say anything because it's probably going to be a little expensive.
Well,
but
you know.
she's totally down with scooters.
I'm trying to find a first gen Prelude right now,
Oh, that's a rare bird, like
I
an
know.
84, like what?
like 70s.
Oh, the freaking circle headlight. Prelude.
They looked an awful lot like the Accord that you
or
grew
were they
up with.
square headlights? They were like the little square, the
They
exposed
were just
headlights.
single square.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. They're little tiny things. They're amazing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
also had a Triumph TR7.
Yes,
really?
Yeah.
You
Yes,
are a
he did.
bold
Yeah,
man.
the TR7 for a little bit.
Holy
Yeah.
frick.
I rallied that up the canyon quite a few times.
Really? How
I
much-
remember you briefly were talking about putting a CA swap in that. CA
I wanted
18.
to see 18 swap it.
How often did you end up working on that car after rallying it up the canyon? Be honest.
I got it home. I drove it home,
Right.
actually. Ran like shit. I
Right.
spent 20 minutes with the Strombergs.
Right.
Ran fine.
And it was just
that
beautiful
was
after
it.
that?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's
Wow.
the thing is Josh is a carburetor magician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
I hate carburetors, but anything I own that's carbureted
Yeah.
will go to Josh.
Well, the Scirocco I built on its carbureted. Maybe we should talk after the show. Anyways, love you, Gil.
Yeah.
He hates me so bad.
Is it carb?
Yeah.
It's carb.
It's pre-CIS.
Well, they swapped it. So
Okay.
it was CIS, but then they swapped in
Are
the
they
carb.
side draft?
It's on the back of the middle.
So it's
It's like right
Does
at the
show
top
me.
there.
Does it face up and down, or does it face side to side?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, it was
I don't-
probably a
I'm not that
downdraft.
deep of a car guy.
Yeah,
It's
probably
a downdraft.
downdraft.
Yeah,
My-
it's probably down.
my biggest mistake with mine was not going to 40 mil Solexes,
Oh.
like the European ones, not the McKinney Solexes.
Ah.
That would be the shit. That'd be like some E-type feels.
Hell yeah.
It is, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jeez, you've been all over the place. British, German,
Japanese,
JDM, Japanese,
American.
Oh, yeah.
American,
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And you turn your own wrenches.
Hmm?
I love it.
Always.
Always. You're the complete
That's-
opposite of me.
The only time my car goes to a shop is if I have Walter at Simple do my exhaust because he's a homie, or safety emissions,
Right.
which
Yeah.
now we don't have safety. So
No, we don't.
emissions.
Just emissions.
Yeah.
Just kick some.
Or if you're vintage, you have neither.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which vintage is 30 years? In
30
Utah?
years or older.
30 years in the
And
state.
you're
Yep.
good to go. Yeah.
People are abusing it a little bit.
A lot.
Well,
I
yeah, you're
agree.
supposed to be
yeah.
for, by definition, it's for like shows or weekends
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
But everybody, I see the same like 72 Chevelle on the freeway
I
every
see
morning.
so many people daily drive their shit on vintage.
But
Nights.
it's
If you
not.
smile and compliment the lady at the DMV, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's really not the consumer's fault. It's not our fault. It's
No.
the state's fault. How are they going to justify it? Like, how are they going to monitor that? There's no way to do it because we don't
Almost
have
every
Exactly.
state has a historic plate.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
they probably have like a registration where you have to go in and check the mileage or something where the state can confirm that you're only using it. Utah doesn't do that.
I
and
just
I
tell
don't
them I
want
have a
them to.
different gauge cluster
Yeah, there you
every
go.
year.
I'm
There you
gonna tag my shit in Montana.
There it is. That's going to go away soon too.
Yeah.
Fuck
it's,
with me now.
it's being abused.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have a 100,000th place. This car's old. It doesn't even
It's
have
true.
a VIN.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
Richies are abusing that. It's going to go away.
Pre-83, no VIN number.
Nice. There you
Problem
go.
solved.
So frickin' JDM Legends. JDM Legends has been around for a while now
Yep.
as a company here. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Trey?
Yep, so it started with Trey.
Yeah, and he
it
was
just kind of like a hobby thing for him. And
Yeah.
then no one knew about his car collection that he had. He had,
So
you know,
Cobb,
motorized-
Trey
yeah,
from
Trey
Cobb.
Cobb.
Yeah,
Cobb,
Trey
Cobb
Cobb.
tuning.
Cobb tuning. Yeah.
He
So
had
he
an
kinda
R34 here. He had an
Yeah.
S15. It was
Yeah.
a Motor X R34. He had tons of cars that no one even knew about.
Yeah.
And then he brought Eric over, and he was like, "Holy shit!" And then just they started doing that.
And just started bringing it. So did they actually, like in the beginning, in the early days, were they looking at the Japanese auctions, or like how did it
Yeah.
kinda get their start? Really?
Yeah,
it was
so like how Cobb started was just importing Subaru parts.
right.
And then
yeah.
they ended up just developing from then on. And
Right.
then Eric was like in their R&D. He used to work for Modern Garage back in the day with
Oh,
Courtney
wow.
Green.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
all the local greatness just all kind of
All the
spurred.
big names.
Yeah, there you
They
go.
all spurred from the
Yeah.
same flower, bro.
That's
Yep.
awesome. It's freaking
Courtney's
sick.
the shit, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still killing it.
Yeah.
Still making 8-second cars.
Yeah, there you go. Something I'll never know.
He broke into the 8s in what, like 2009?
Yeah.
Something like that.
He was
Yeah.
in the 8s before it was cool, basically.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like,
At this elevation.
his son cracked a 9 in his car,
Dude,
like
Tyler,
cold,
bro.
cold off the trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
He's the
Like,
shit.
Yeah, that
He's
kid's
the
dope.
shit.
Yeah.
That kid is so dope.
Run what you brung, and he
Rad.
just freaking run it.
I remember. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. Yeah, it was 2016 when I was driving. No, maybe it was. Yeah, it was 2016. Court and his son showed up at a drift event to drive.
Yeah. Oh,
Cole Powelson's
I remember
M3.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
The kid figured it out real quick.
Yeah, the kid like 2 or 3 laps. He had it figured.
Wow.
He has a
Thrashing.
great teacher.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
the fact that, and then with Dad's science
Yeah.
under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the teaching in the passenger seat
It's the perfect team.
to be able
Yeah.
to just cold right off the trailer run 9s.
Yeah,
They're
perfect.
doing
In his
stuff
own
together,
project.
man. Still
Wow.
working in a shop
Like,
behind his
that's-
house, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how it should be.
That's
That's
rad.
100%.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's rad.
Good peeps. Good
Yeah.
peeps.
So
man.
Trey Cobb moved to Texas then.
And then Cobb was sold to Autometer.
Sold the Autometer.
And
Oh,
now Trey
really? I
does
did not know that.
coffee
Neither did I.
roasting.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what he's into now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is he
Well, I
into
mean,
now?
A guy
Coffee
with
roasting.
Really?
a
In
guy
Texas?
with money like that can do whatever the hell he wants.
He never sleeps, bro. Everything he does is business. He wants to just keep
Well, that's
doing new
good.
things and moving on, just
That's
staying
good. That's-
fresh.
well,
He's
that's
working
how you
with
stay
his
on top.
wife with this business.
Yeah, there
they're
you
they're
go.
doing well. They're happy. He's selling
Yeah.
most of his car collection off because he doesn't have room for it anymore.
What?
So we're selling a lot of his cars that we've sold him. Right
Trey,
now.
stop doing that. Keep them. We'll find some facilities
I
you
don't know,
can
it's
store
figure
them
it
in.
out.
It's, it's different interests for different folks. I understand.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm kind of
When
going
you've
through
had
the same thing
when you've
right
had
now.
cars for
but-
so long and you're just not doing anything with them and you
Right.
don't have time and you just got to keep living, like just you got to let go.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But there's
You
always
know?
one or two that you always got to hang
Other
on to.
people will enjoy them. You've had them first. You know, you have the rights. You have the
what it is.
exclusivity.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It
Yeah,
is.
we are all stewards, basically. Is
You're
what it-
still Trey Cobb. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, we're all stewards. We
It's great.
can't take it with us.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
There it is. There it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, man.
So JDM Legends, you guys have had. We were talking about this at the beginning. You've had some amazing cars come through there. Like I was geeking out about the Cosmos,
Like, yeah, you were.
and we were talking about this, like because those are 6-figure cars
I mean,
now.
every rotor head
Yeah.
knows
The
what
Cosmo.
The Cosmo.
And
is.
every Gran Turismo player knows what the Cosmo is because, like, you have to play that
Yeah.
one race where it's a '60s or something vintage, and you always get the Cosmo because it's cheaper
Because
than the Ferrari.
the Cosmo is
333.
the one that won.
Yeah,
And these are all the L10s for those of you who are curious. They're
Right.
not the Neo Classics. The
Yeah.
OG 1 liter
Yeah.
carb.
and you were
Yeah.
telling me a
Yeah.
story about the first one you brought in.
Yeah.
Maybe recant that story. Tell us, like, I was like, every Cosmo now is basically a 6-figure car. How much?
Yeah,
did
they're
you
like. I think the last one I saw on DuPont that was actually worth buying was like 160.
holy crap!
I think our first one was like in
Man.
the 30s. Like our
Yeah.
first Acosta was like 25 grand.
25,000. And
And
that
then-
was only how many years
It
ago?
was 2009 or 10 or something.
That's a
So
way better.
7 years ago.
The
and
market
they've
has
basically
just
doubled in price.
Taken
Tripled.
off, bro.
Yeah.
Tripled, yeah. In
Yeah.
some instances, yeah.
So we're selling cars less than what they sell for in Japan built, but not to the same level.
Right. That's sick.
But
So,
we're trying to get there. I mean, we're not going to be like $500,000 each. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
ridiculous. But
Yeah.
like be able to feel like it makes sense to build the cars because
Right.
it's really hard to make money doing restoration.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and
one
be
of,
honest about it.
yeah, exactly. And one of my favorite cars, and I think that you mentioned this was one of your favorite cars as well, was that red Skyline GTR.
I think it was
I think
the
it was red.
GT,
Oh,
the
the
Eric
GT.
Bauer's
Yeah,
car.
Eric
2000
Bauer's
GT.
car.
Yeah.
Josh Clayson shot it out at Miller
Yeah.
Motorsports Park. He lives in California. This guy who owns it now, he takes it to the San Francisco
The
school.
Bayline meets,
Yes.
and it comes to JCCS
He
sometimes.
drives
so.
the shit out of this car, and I freaking respect that.
It's amazing.
As you should.
I
Yeah.
would.
But that car,
That's what
oh
they're
my
built
gosh,
for.
that car just sounds amazing, looks amazing, does everything amazing.
We
It
build
looks like it.
cars that could be trailer queens, but perform.
Yeah.
You can do either way.
Yeah, I mean, it was on the track, and they ragged it
Mm-hmm.
on that video. It was fantastic.
We're gonna be out there.
He
soon.
flew out, picked up the car, and drove it back, if I remember correctly. He didn't trailer
Mm-hmm.
that thing back. He freaking drove it from Utah to California.
That's the best way to enjoy your new investment.
We had a
Yeah.
client buy a Ken Mary and then drive it all the way to Florida
Are you
from our
serious?
shop. Yeah,
From Florida,
That's
from Utah
gangster.
to Florida.
with the
That
3
is
liter,
gangster.
like
And
a
a
race
Ken
3
Mary.
liter. It was a high strung 3 liter.
Wow. What kind of MPGs did he get? That's the stupidest question ever asked.
I didn't even
Yeah,
ask.
that's not-
I was just happy that he made it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And kept
Smiles per gallon on
That's
that
a
one.
testament to the build quality.
That's one of those things where like you don't keep it at the same RPM
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like
Just
you're
wrap
constantly
It's a race engine, you said, so that thing revved
I
to
mean,
high hell.
and driving from here to Florida, that's a lot of flat ground to cover.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of flat.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a
straight
5-speed
pavement.
old L series.
Yeah.
So you're,
CX style
75
trans.
RP, 75 miles an hour. You're, like you're
screaming.
$4,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're screaming.
You're cooking. You're cooking.
Yeah.
So at that point, you either slow way down or you speed way up.
Exactly. And it's always, the answer is always speedway up
Yeah, of course.
in everything.
Of course.
That's
So, as far as like the quality and the detail that you guys put into your cars, do you feel like that's on par with, or exceeding, or maybe just slightly behind Japan with like what they do? Or
I don't really know if I want to put anybody down.
oh, okay,
Right. That's a very political answer.
I
That's
should.
fair. That's fair.
We should start an album of what we get from there
Okay.
and what we end up with because it would blow your mind, bro.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe it.
So this is how I envision it, right? This is how I look at JDM Legends. And Mole, I think it's Roger Mole, the guy who makes the hot rods in California.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like Mole, he did Wayne Carini's, like one of these custom one-off roadsters.
That guy's cool.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. But JDM Legends, in my mind, is like the Japanese version of that, right? You'll take a car from Japan that's maybe a little rough around the edges, and you're not just like bolting on new parts or maybe doing some over fenders and stuff like that.
We go through the whole car.
It's a full, complete rotisserie restoration, correct? Am I thinking that? Right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll bring a car over and we'll do an A, B, or C option for
Right.
someone, and
Right.
they may not want a full resto, or it may not be in the cards, or it may not need it.
Right, and
You
it
know?
really depends on the buyer that you're working with, right?
We always try and find the best shell possible.
Right.
And, a lot of stuff over there, you think the country is the size of California.
Yeah.
They don't drive far.
No.
Cars are a luxury.
Yeah.
Kind of outdated there now. They
Yeah.
sit for long periods of time. They've been
Right.
randomly hacked and modified and spliced and repainted 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
And over 40 years,
And that's why they have crazy low kilometers
Yeah.
on their freaking odometers or whatever they
So
call
pretty
them.
much like whatever you have to look for body seams, you have to look for pinch welds, you have to look for everything
Right.
that's not there to know what's been done. And there'll be like literal soda can pieces like patched into the cars that we have to go through and cut out and redo, like remetal finish. Like
Wow.
it's night and day. Like they don't paint and booze there mostly.
Really?
A lot
like
of it's just
outdoors?
like outdoors in a shed.
What? Wow.
You'll see a lot of dirt, imperfections, paint, and that
Right.
and a lot of finish quality isn't good. Not trying to put anyone down.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know if you've seen the Japan Car Kings
No.
little documentary.
No, I haven't.
I'll have to look that up.
That
Is
was
it on Amazon or where are we looking for that?
Just YouTube.
Oh, YouTube's. Okay. Japanese Car Kings. We'll check it out.
Yeah, it's like the old school Jap Car Kings. They have like the
Okay.
Rocky Auto dude and
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ando who does the Z's by hand. And
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting. You can kind of get an idea of how that is there.
So how does it work here with you guys? Because it's you and
And Eric, and then
And
we
Eric.
have our painter Mauricio.
Mauricio.
Who has his own shop down in
Right.
Provo now.
Yeah, I've known Mauricio for decades now. Freaking love Mauricio.
It's fantastic.
He was the first person to let me drive a right-hand drive car. He had his Integra Type R.
Mm-hmm. He still has it.
Does he now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Which
wow.
I hope has actually got paint on it now, because last time I spoke with him, it was still like blocked and ready to get sprayed.
He has a new Type R as well.
And he has
He
that.
got a red one.
Didn't he have a Civic? Yeah,
Mhm.
an
He
old
has
school
one also.
Yeah, and then he has the new Type R, Civic
Mm-hmm.
Type R. That's what I love about Mauricio. He's like me, but in Japanese form.
He's
The man
about
knows what he
the
likes.
Honda life, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He
And I
knows
love
what he
it.
likes.
He's into that.
So you guys work with him, and
Mhm.
he does your paint and everything.
Paint
Like that. He's
by-
got a legit booth.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
it's
not
nice.
painting outside
No.
like they do in Japan.
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
legit. That's sick.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just harder trying to get a car that came from factory with paint runs that
Right.
was $2,000, and now you're trying to get BMW fit and finish half a century later.
Oh yeah,
It's not always easy.
that's craftsmanship is what that's called.
Just trying to
It literally
engineer
is.
everything.
It
Yeah,
literally is an art form.
That's craftsmanship.
Yeah, what you do is literally art.
Thanks, man.
So when it comes to like buying the cars in Japan, do you guys have someone there that you trust that you work with, or is it just you scouring like the auction pages?
We have a guy, like the problem with auctions, and a lot of people don't understand this, is because when a car is sent to auction, especially an old car, there's a reason why it's there.
Right,
So they're going to put whatever random shit on it, like new wheels and some flares.
right,
And the car is going to have tons of problems that people there don't know how to fix, or whoever
Right.
had the car, they just want to get rid of it. The best cars actually come from private sellers.
nice.
So you have a guy we in the network. You find a car,
Right.
older guy wants to get rid of it. Maybe has a couple of them. Get good photos, know what we're looking for.
Right,
Then you can negotiate a deal, and then you get that would be a car for a container on its own. It wouldn't be Ro-Ro shipping.
right, right.
So that's basically, at that point, it's a car from an enthusiast
Mhm.
to be built.
Those are the
Again,
best ones
for
to
an
buy.
enthusiast.
Yeah,
Okay.
and those are ones that
Jeez.
the third-party auction people are never going to show because
Gotcha.
they're
Yeah.
in their apartment on auctions trying to not make any money and ruin the used car market.
Exactly. So they're just putting lipstick on turds in
Mhm.
the auctions, and
Yeah.
you guys are finding the gems.
And there's
Well,
some
and it
auction
makes
cars that are
sense.
great. You
Yeah.
know, like they have very thorough inspection sheets. They don't lie on the inspection sheets.
Right.
If you know how to read it, decode it, what the little symbols mean, everything means. I mean, you can get
right.
pretty close, but you'll still never really know until you get it. And
Exactly.
even with the good private sale,
Well, that's
unless-
that's the gamble you take with any auction, really. Let's be honest, right?
if you're buying an expensive car like a GTR or something like that, then you want to go over and see it.
Yeah.
It's worth the trip to do the deal.
That makes
Right.
sense. Working with
Right.
like the private owner, the person who's owned it for at least a period of time,
or
possibly.
a 432,
Yeah.
something like that. That's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
You want to see it.
Yeah,
You want to know that all the seams are there. It's honest.
yeah,
It is
You want to
it
know what
is.
you're putting your hands on before you ship it halfway across across
Yeah.
the world.
yeah. So how many times have you been to Japan yourself?
I've never been.
You've never been.
Never
Oh
gotten
my
to go.
goodness, we need to change that. I want to go to Japan super bad. We're
I've
talking
wanted
about
to go since I was 9.
Really.
So
So do you see that on the horizon here in the not too distant future?
if I have time,
Really?
I'd love to go.
I feel like it's a guarantee with his line of work.
I think with the new show, I think Velocity might say, "Hey, let's."
There goes like once or twice a year usually.
Really?
We meet with our guy over there, and our guy comes out here sometimes. He's the Provo dealer for all of Japan.
Wow.
He deals with Rally
Nice.
Sport actually out
Oh
here.
wow.
Okay,
Oh.
wow, cool.
Nice. So we need to do a petition to get you to go with Eric next time he goes there. So we'll set that up publicly.
I have so many
petition.
people I talk to there all the time.
Yeah.
I have a buddy. His name's Jamie. He has a shop there. He's actually head of Hayashi sales for Japan.
Oh really?
Cool.
He works with OER. His Instagram is Secret Factory Japan.
Right.
He goes by a fake name, but he's just an older Australian guy. He's cool as hell.
And he's there.
Yeah, he'll call me on Facebook, dude, and we'll just
Yeah.
like talk for a while.
That's
And it's
bad.
like
Hell
complete different time zone.
Yeah.
we'll
It's like
just-
2 a.m. here, and he's like, "Hey."
He's like, it's refreshing because really no one out here is like a nerd that really speaks English in technical terms like that. You know?
Right.
It's like hard.
Well, yeah, I
You
mean,
feel alone.
Yeah, you guys are really niche. I almost feel like niche doesn't even describe it. Like you guys are pretty damn unique as
Yeah.
far as it goes. There aren't many. What I'm getting at is there aren't many people like you guys. Like
There's
you
people
and
that try.
Eric. Yeah,
People
I mean,
bring
everybody
cars in
tries.
and they don't really know about them. They just
Right.
know what it is, and then it's cool, and then they sell it, and then it just goes to whoever else.
Well, I
Well,
feel
yeah.
like those are business people.
Yeah, they're business people. They're not. They don't do
not
restorations.
enthusiasts.
And those are mainly R32s.
The whole goal with Legends is that, like Eric said, when we're bringing these cars in, it would be a disservice to not be able to service them and work on them. Because,
Yeah.
otherwise, why would you not support your product?
Yeah. Jeez, that's rad.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
110% on that one.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
always wanted to be the Skyline guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been my goal. And
I
the
think
thing
you've
is with the
achieved it.
show, I hope
Yeah.
people don't get pissed off because we really only get what we're asked to do.
Right.
And, there's a lot of Nissan. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
we do a lot of Nissan. That's what comes through the door. That's what
Right.
people will pay for us to do.
Well, yeah.
And hopefully, we get more variety with the show and
Yeah.
we get to continue it and do more things. But we try and keep it mixed up as much as we can.
Yeah. And well, that's what's hot right now. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
Skylines, GTRs, 240Zs. Like
I just don't want a
original Zs.
Toyota guy to watch and be like, I'm tired of seeing the fucking
No,
Skyline Bluebird.
Yeah.
We'll get a
Goddamn it."
Starlet. We'll get
Well,
a
I mean,
Starlet in there
j-
someday.
This Josh guy has subtitles because I can't understand what the hell he says.
It's the beard. He's
Fucking-
just so muffled.
I
yeah.
mean, to be fair, I loved it when you guys had that Isuzu Bellet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
Those are my
great.
favorite
That thing was
non-Nissan.
so dope.
We've had a couple.
That's rad.
The one is in Houston that we sold to a collector. The one I
Was
did
that the orange one?
Yeah, I did
Okay.
the top end on. That had the crazy weird pistons that even
Yeah.
the Isuzu Sports didn't even know what they were.
Wow.
Damn.
And then we did a white one for Trey. That's
Really?
actually for sale right now.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Wow, cool.
I think they're $35 for that one. That's pretty fair.
I'd
not
say
bad.
that's probably bargain.
It's one of
for
3 in the
Japanese tin.
country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one
Damn.
of 3.
Yeah.
I've worked on 2 of 3.
That's a solid investment. And given what's going on in the market right now, that's
Man.
where exactly
Oh, yeah,
where I put
that's-
my
Oh, dude,
money.
it was
That's where you wanna
sick.
be.
So, like, I have the whole motor apart or whatever, and I'm waiting for parts. They come from Isuzu Sports Japan. Everything on the box and the specifications is written in Japanese.
Of course.
So I have to translate it,
Wow.
figure it all out.
Right.
Like, no one in the country has ever worked on one before that
Right.
I'm aware of.
You're forging new ground,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
like with
Yeah.
like an actual Type R.
Yeah.
With the
I
the
mean,
G161
yeah,
engine.
you are legitimately doing something that nobody else has.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that car, right? So it's like a lot of cars at that time. So they have like a single cam pushrod 4-cylinder, like a lot of companies are doing. So what
Yeah.
they did basically is they pulled the head off. It was they removed the lower cam part. They put like an idler basically in there. They removed the lifters, solid head gasket that covers that, and then they just engineered a new head for it basically.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I think Lotus did that
Mhm.
with the Cortina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they took a pushrod tractor motor and Lotus built a twin cam head on it. Like you still had
Damn.
the bump stick that ran the distributor and the oil pump.
Right.
That was still in the block.
Right.
Wow.
And they just,
And then you just had like chain or belt or whatever to run cams.
So people will convert those because you can actually buy those heads still. So
Oh, really?
what you have to look for a chassis code is PR91, which is the Type R,
Mm-hmm.
and then the engine code is G161W. If it doesn't have the W,
walk away.
not real.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Dope.
Jeez.
Damn.
See, y'all think I have useless
Yeah,
knowledge?
this is
no.
like I'm watching this
Uh-uh.
this geek bro
I
sesh
am-
right here, and I love it.
I am an absolute noob.
If you're a noob, then I'm not even born
Yeah,
yet.
then what are we?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like a prepubescent little child.
The
over here.
professor is
like
humbled in the presence of Josh Martin.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. That's rad.
I could try as I might. I don't think I will ever be to this man's level.
Oh, stop.
I just like to do rare shit. I just like stuff that no one's
It
done
shows.
before
Yeah.
and like pioneering things.
Well, you're in the right
Well-
place. I mean, holy shit, you guys have brought
Yeah.
in so
I
many.
don't
unique
ever want to
cars.
say like I'm the first or we're the first to do something because we're not.
Right.
It's just
No.
all those guys. They're old. They've died off. They've retired.
Right.
They're not on social media.
Right.
All this information
Yeah.
that they've accrued over all this time is lost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Like,
pretty much like if you want to get into this, if you don't have anybody like that or anyone you can talk to, which I didn't,
Yeah,
you just start from nothing.
you just do it.
You do it
Yeah.
yeah. Just
and you
It's
remember it.
Common sense and a little bit of smarts.
Yeah, and maybe some luck.
There's probably a little
Some
bit of that too.
sprinkles,
Probably some
just
luck.
a dash,
Yeah.
so a dash of luck.
No,
Yeah, that's sick. That's
I'm not
awesome.
an arrogant person, so I'm down. I'm down
Yeah.
with luck. We'll give it to that.
One thing I love about just like JDM car culture in general, even like specifically talking about Japan, is it's massive. It's like it's
Yeah.
real. Like the car culture in Japan,
Well,
I am such a fan of. Like they
You've
use
got to think though.
track days.
Well, the cool thing though is it's so broad.
yeah.
There's so many different
Oh
types.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
you
got
like,
the American, the
like-
Bozuzucos,
yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
they call them.
car cultures is such a broad thing. Like even just our area, all those guys are old.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
very few young people in Japan that have those cars.
Really?
They're all in their 50s, 60s.
it's all the older group.
way older guys.
Wow,
They
that's
have
interesting.
Still the same club since the 80s.
Yeah,
Well, and the thing I've noticed about it is, and this goes with anything in Japan, is there's no such thing as a casual enthusiast.
No, you're
No,
either
yeah.
fully about some shit or
Yeah.
you're not about it at all.
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You're all in or
your,
nothing.
Your life
Yeah.
is dedicated to
Like
it,
a
or
lawyer,
you
just
don't give two
ignore
shits.
it entirely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like those
There's-
Lamborghini
yeah.
dudes, that they did that. I think it was Speed Hunters
With
that
the
did it?
neon.
Yeah, the
I
neon,
saw that. That was
the
hilarious.
the Suzuka or what? That's a racetrack.
No.
I wouldn't do that.
The mafia dudes.
Yeah,
It's cool though.
the dude's existing in a legal gray area.
What's the mafia called over there?
Bosuzoku.
No, not
No,
not that.
Yakuza.
Oh, you're
Mafia.
talking the Yakuza.
That's what I'm talking about. Yakuza.
A lot of those guys are actually cool.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
I think so. That dude
Yeah.
in the yellow, you know the one I'm talking about, the
Yeah.
Diablo that started that whole thing.
Yeah.
He's like full on Yakuza, and he like admits to it. And it's like he seems like just a badass dude.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with him on a Friday. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
They got to
Let's go
think
cruise the
like
tunnels.
like everything here that we do recreationally in other states, there can put you in prison.
Yeah, that's true.
So
They're
that puts
very,
you in entirely different realms, just in how you perceive what
Yeah.
is okay
Right,
and what
right.
not.
Well, yeah, they have a zero tolerance.
If
alcohol.
you're a renegade American doing the same shit you're doing in Utah out there, you would be Yakuza,
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
because you know.
Well, you were telling me this before, like you can't go to spas or something like that if
Yeah,
you have tattoos.
or stuff like that, like just weird laws.
Yeah.
You know, they're very traditional,
Wow. Yeah, and they're very respectful.
very respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't talk on your phone on a bus anywhere.
Oh, I
It's
love
just
that.
rude,
Oh.
silence.
We could learn
Yeah.
so much from them.
Western culture
Oh, geez.
is very,
We are-
very crazy.
We are very, very rude. Like,
Yeah.
if I talk to someone that's older, like from Japan,
Yeah.
they have a translator, like, I feel rude as hell.
Yeah.
Just making any icon, it's anything I do. Like,
Yeah.
I doesn't feel, I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot to learn. We are the nation of douches.
Yep.
Led by the ultimate douche, but let's not talk about that. Anyways,
Moving on.
Shifting gears.
So what do you see the future of JDM Legends as?
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys aiming to do in the near future and as like a long-term goal?
We're just trying to do what we want to do and also being able to make money at it and not feel like we're taking a loss.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah, it is a business, and we
So-
have to keep the doors open.
Exactly.
You know, and
Right.
we love doing what we do. We love the spirit, but we got to support ourselves.
Yeah. So
And
basically,
that's really what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be full entrepreneur. We're not trying to sell stuff at Walmart.
right.
We're just
Well, you guys have already
We're-
you've already been on Hot Wheels. I
Yeah.
mean, Hot Wheels
Yeah.
have collaborated with you on the RX-7. I have that in my collection. A couple of other cars too, if I remember.
yeah, had some
correctly.
510 wagons.
Yeah, I
There's
got
like
that
the-
one. I got that
The
one. in my
treasure
collection.
hunt. There's the Kmart version that's black and green.
Oh, I don't have that one.
There's the yellow
Gotta get
and
it.
red, and then there's the
Gotta get on
red and
eBay.
white plane, which is John Williams' car,
Right.
the machinist.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
there's the version of that that's the specialized, the candy paint and the
Right.
watts.
Right.
That one's like $120.
Jeez.
It's nuts.
Worth
Yeah.
every penny.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're basically saying you just want to keep building.
We want to
High quality
bring in
shit.
the clientele that
Yeah.
that we don't have to like really necessarily fuss with,
Right.
or we just buy cars, build them exactly the way we want, and then sell them.
Right. So it's
And
not,
just
And I
keep
mean,
doing that.
currently you guys do both.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, we just want a little bit more funding to help with that, just
Sure,
so we can keep
sure.
expanding, keep moving forward, more modern stuff, and just be comfortable.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for this inaugural season of the car show, what can we expect? Like, what are we going to be seeing? You said
Yeah.
you mentioned you kind of gave nod to like it's going to be a lot of Nissan incoming.
Yeah, there's Nissan, but we do have variety.
Nice.
But like I said, a lot of stuff we do is that, but they're all different in
Right.
their own way. They have their own uniqueness, the
Yeah.
uniqueness of the clients.
Yeah. And you
Yeah, we
really
have-
do have a global clientele, right?
Mhm.
Like you deal outside of the U.S.
We
you
have
guys-
only sold, I think, 2 cars ever here.
Really in
one,
the U.S.
One
You gu-
was
you
Ryan
guys have-
Skyline, and then the other one was the Kinmary.
or here in Utah, or here in the
Utah.
U.S. Yeah, yeah. I love.
I mean,
that.
you guys have a lot of clientele, like in like the UAE, like Saudi Arabia,
So we have one there.
European countries.
We do Canada. We do basically all over the country. We do California as well because
Yeah.
there are importation laws. You can't bring in anything newer than 75.
Oh, really?
So you can't just import directly like an older car there and register it.
Gotcha.
It's
Oh.
not.
So you bring it here, register it, and then it just goes there. Oh, that's cool. Smart. Awesome.
There's always for every law written on paper, there's a loophole to get around it.
Oh yeah, yeah. And all the lawmakers.
And
know
there's
that.
nothing. Everything we do completely legal.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nothing-
Oh yeah,
nothing
all above
sketchy.
line.
nothing
Yeah.
gray
Nothing
area.
like the professor and I.
We just want to help. We just want to help people out.
Yeah, and build awesome, amazing
Yeah.
Japanese classic metal.
So you guys going to focus on anything niche maybe in the near future? Like, I don't know, K cars, newer cars? Like, do you guys have anything like in the
Yeah,
future
we're
set in
we're
stone for that?
experimenting with that.
Okay.
We're just trying to get into a market that's not saturated.
Right.
All the neoclassic
Yeah.
stuff is so saturated. Values are screwed up.
Yeah.
Just
It
terrible
seems like-
cars for top prices. Top price cars selling for low prices because of those shitty cars.
Right,
And then people can't live with themselves if they sell it for more than that.
right.
Well, and it sounds like pretty much anybody can become an importer in this day and age.
Yeah, if
And
they have the process, they
Yeah.
they can figure it out. But
as long as you got some bucks and the ability to fill out the right paperwork, you can get your RI.
yeah, if you have
and
the
then-
clientele, and you're bringing in some Sephiros or whatever the hell you feel you want to sell, I mean, good for you. But
Which, I mean, I suppose there's a market for that, but the people that want the 10 out of 10, the 100% show cars, and the cars that are built to function and look as good as they function,
Yeah.
that's
well,
definitely
the problem
a niche
is,
market. It sounds
when you
like
buy a
gotta-
car like that, it's old. And
Right.
It's been sitting for a long time. It hasn't been modified in a while. They spend all their money on the car because it's a young kid. They don't have any money to fix it or put into it, so it just
Right.
gets continually beaten down. And then you get this just bought an R32, has all these problems. It's an old Nissan.
Right.
They all have problems. Mine's an 03 and it has problems.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 240 syndrome, but it's multiplied.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
multiplied.
Yeah.
With
Because,
high
I mean, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same era, so it's the same shit that goes wrong at the same intervals. But now it's stuff that you can't find in a junkyard, or you can't go order
Yeah,
online.
like it's the same problems, but no readily available solutions.
Right, and the normal, the typical person that owns these vehicles doesn't understand interchanges or doesn't understand.
If they
specific
Google
service.
it, it's not there, and
Right.
then they just want to sell the car because it's just too hard.
Because it's just too
Right.
hard
Because
to
you
deal
have
with.
to you have to build something or you have to modify something like
Yeah.
we all have to do.
And honestly, I feel like that weeds out the weak.
It does.
I feel like there's
There's a lot of kids that have tried, and I see them all the time. They get
Yeah.
cars like that. They're just on the cheap. They think that it's for them. It's not for them.
No, like
But
But they
I
buy
feel-
a new car.
So hey, if you're a kid listening, don't give up.
Don't
Keep
get
working
honestly,
at it.
I'm
Either
super
keep working
excited.
I'm not trying to kick anyone down.
No,
No,
yeah.
I'm super excited to see when that 1 out of 10 or that 1 out of 15
Yeah.
yeah,
actually make something of
Bro,
it.
I got my ass pretty much beaten by this 15-year-old kid in a Conquest the other day.
Really?
It was
Oh, I
completely
love-
faded. Right, it had the StarQuest Club plate frame,
Yeah.
but it was built.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
it was a laggy turbo, but once it made boost, it was gone.
hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Oh,
stoked. I
and
was
that-
so happy.
Yeah, dude.
That hits me in all the right feel goods.
I pulled
because
up to the light and I
that's what
pointed
I've
at
done.
him. I was like, "Yes,
Yes. Let's roll.
that's
Yeah.
awesome."
Yeah, my good friend JR. You know JR.
Yeah.
When I first met him,
I've
he
bought
had-
many things from JR.
He
I've
had
sold
a
many
Conquest.
things to JR.
He and his brother built this Conquest
Actually,
together.
he is still in my phone as JR Conquest.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's how it
I've,
should be.
I bought a motor from him. I've sold stuff to him.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit.
Now he has that not mid-engined, I'm sorry, but V6 swapped EG.
He's got a V6 turbo all-wheel drive EG.
All-wheel
I've
drive
worked on
EG.
a few of those now, but I've never had a Starion. I've always wanted one.
Honestly,
They're rad cars.
Starions and Conquest, they're amazing cars. They were a dream car of mine for the longest time.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to when my dad bought his Dodge Dakota brand new in Texas in 1990.
Right.
The dealership in Wichita Falls had a bright blue Ram Charger on one rotunda in the showroom, and on the other rotunda in the showroom, they had an '89 Conquest TSI in Fiji blue.
Ooh, Fiji blue.
Fiji blue.
And I remember that
Yep.
car
Yeah.
so vividly.
Just beautiful.
I honestly feel like that was what checked the box for me as far as cars. I always had Hot Wheels to play with and stuff
Yeah.
like this.
Right.
Now in 1990, I was 3. I was going on 4. Like my dad
Damn.
bought this in late 1990, 91.
Right.
May 91 would have been my
Yeah.
4th birth year.
Right.
So I'm 3 years old. I don't remember much else.
But
of
you
all this.
remember a Fiji
but I
blue.
but I remember a Fiji blue Conquest TSI and a equivalent colored blue. I don't remember what Mopar called it,
Ram.
but it was a Ram Charger
That's sick.
with a white top.
Yeah.
And I remember both of those vehicles, and I always told myself, as a car kid growing up, being excited about cars
Yeah.
and wanting to be a car guy,
Yeah.
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 I had always said and I didn't even know
Right.
what it was until maybe 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
I'm 30. It wasn't until I was in my 20s that I actually knew what a Starion or a Conquest was.
Right.
One fell into my lap for essentially nothing.
Right.
Right. My first Starion, it was given to me
Right.
because I helped somebody fix a junky 240SX that they had just curbed.
Right.
But anywho, it was one of those things. It was it pushed me. I was like, oh, I want to find out what that is. I want to get that. And those cars, now that I've owned 5 of them, I've had 1 flat body and then 4 wide bodies, Conquest and
Love
Starions.
the wide bodies. I'm a sucker for the wide body.
And honestly, I hold them on the same level as FCR X7s because I've had 12 FCs
Jeez.
in my time.
It's quite the anthology.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those cars that you have to have a budget, you have to have patience,
Yeah.
and you have to definitely have a desire to own the vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with 80s cars.
Yeah.
And that's like where,
Absolutely.
where can I disagree? Because he's not like a super huge 80s car guy, but
Oh,
if I can
dude.
touch it and I can hear like New World Order and Tears for Fears,
Yeah.
like that's me.
Yeah, well, that's the
100%.
new hotness right now with the
100%.
Radwood movement that's going on.
The retro stuff is coming back.
Well, and 80s, let's be honest, is vintage now. Like I
It
am,
is.
I
It
am
is.
a child of the. I was born in 1980, so
Well,
when you were
gotta
3,
think, well,
I
you
was
gotta
10.
think, 2 years from now, it's going to be 2020.
Yeah,
If it's like pre-85, I'm still
Yeah.
kind of
We're
on the
supposed to
fence
have
of calling it
flying
vintage.
cars.
I don't really want to call it that.
right. But I love this story. We just saw the genesis, or heard the genesis of Dave, the professor, as a car guy, influenced
stereo.
by perfect. This is perfectly describes you though, because you had the Ram Charger with a big old monster V8,
Right.
and across the freaking showroom is a big old turbocharged 4-banger
Yeah.
that made mad power.
At the time that those cars were released, that was, I think, the second largest production 4-cylinder in a vehicle.
Yeah,
The largest 4-cylinder, at least in a car,
Yeah.
from what I understand, was the 3-liter in the Porsche 944.
yeah. And that was built to compete against the 944,
it was-
the Conquest.
Yeah, the Conquest and Stereo, 924, 944,
Yeah,
all of those, they were meant to...
and the FC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They were all challengers.
Yeah, well, the FC kind of like basically copied the 944
Well,
design.
the G54 was a huge 4-cylinder.
G54B, yeah,
It's
the 2.6.
almost a 3-liter 4-cylinder.
Almost a big old 3-liter. Yeah.
It was a 2,600 and change.
But hearing that
cc's.
story, I'm like, oh my god, that makes perfect
But-
sense.
and
That's Dave.
Yeah, and that's why
Turbos, V8s, trucks, awesome cars.
and that's why I ended up having a few of those, because I,
Yeah.
I finally got my hands on one.
Right.
And I was like, oh my god, I finally got my dream car.
Yeah.
You know? And I think every car enthusiast, every automotive enthusiast, every race enthusiast, whatever, anybody that's that deep into cars
yeah,
has a car that they want.
yeah,
Right? And
Yeah.
when you get your dream car,
yeah,
you check off that box, and then for a minute, you're not quite sure where you want to go
Yeah.
past that.
yeah.
you
You're
know?
like, do I
And
die
that's
now?
where-
What happens?
Yeah, that's where I was at. I mean,
I'm
got
still
some.
there.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get there.
Yeah, me too.
I'll get there one day.
So, what's
Me
your
too.
dream car?
Yeah,
Josh?
what is Josh from JDM Legend's dream car?
Believe it or not, actually, I really want a first-gen Lotus Esprit.
That's sick. Freaking
Those
turboed
high five.
4-cylinder. The turboed
High five. Yes.
4-cylinder.
Thank you.
We're talking. What's
Thank
the James Bond movie with that?
Like
with the
Roger
submarine?
Moore,
Yeah,
which
Roger
is,
Moore.
uh,
That's
that
it.
For Your
was a
Eyes
Roger
Only, I
Moore.
think?
Yep.
For your eyes
007.
only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a sick car. I love those.
Absolutely.
I'm about that life. The only non-Japanese really that I really like is that.
That's sick. I love it.
I
Man.
respect Lotus as a brand.
Yeah.
The quality has never really quite been
Never,
there.
never there.
No, never there.
Never has, never
But
will.
if you're a wrench,
But the
then it
passion.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like a British Alpha.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things. It's like the engineering didn't matter, the passion did.
I would take everything out of it. I'd build a whole new chassis harness for it, and it would be extremely reliable, and I would drive it.
I just
I'd
love
fix
that
the
car.
fiberglass.
I love that car for its underdog story, right? They
Yeah.
only got in that movie because the executives from Lotus
parked
literally
it.
parked it in front
Yeah, he
of...
parked it outside
the
of
production
Eon
house.
Productions.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's the reason it became.
It's like, hey, yo, check this out, fuckers. Get this
Yeah.
car. And then, of course, they did.
But it's got to be
That's sick.
the Colin Chapman version, the black gold JPS.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Style.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Classiest person
That has
ever.
to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Black and gold all the
Mhm.
way. That's sick. Well, that's
That is super gold, man.
that's awesome.
One day.
One day, right?
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
See,
I don't know.
I-
They're probably a little bit more within reach than.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
as picky with those cars as I am with everything else
Yeah.
that I have, so that's kind of why I like it.
Yeah. Well, you could find a fixer-upper of those in the teens all day.
Because I would love to have a couple
Yeah,
of Skylines. I'd love to build a Z car,
Yeah.
you know, for myself, like an older one.
Yeah.
All these cars, but I'm so picky with them
Right.
that it's like it would eat me alive because it would never be done.
Right.
I can never even cars I build, they're never done. Like I never
Right.
consider them done. Like there's always the next one I do, I've learned something and I try and improve on that.
Right.
With the Esprit, it's just it's an Esprit.
Yeah.
See, that right there is a mark of a true craftsman.
Yep. Yeah.
One that applies everything he's ever learned
Yeah.
to the next project.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a true artist
Thanks.
and craftsman
Well,
right
and
there.
beyond the hot, so like what I've learned from everybody that I know who's a mechanic, right, who does your work on a daily basis. I mean, they do work on their own thing all the time afterwards, but it's sometimes harder for them to do that. Like it's like I've been turning wrenches all day. I'm just going to go home and turn off, play video games. But like with you, what I'm hearing is like sick. I'm going to turn wrenches on this badass 240Z oh, I'm going to go home and build a friggin' first-gen Lotus Esprit. That's just like, it's inspiring.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome.
Or hang out with my cats. Or
Yeah, there you
whatever.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a cat person.
His
That's
girlfriend
a
and his cats are dope
Yeah.
as fuck.
I love cats, by the way. I'm allergic as all get out, thanks
I'm
to my
also
dad.
allergic.
Oh, wow. So you really
Okay.
love this girl.
Yeah. No, the cats were my choice. They were
Oh,
my
okay.
choice.
There you
She's-
go.
She's definitely
Carol
allergic.
is the softest cat
Oh,
I
man.
have ever laid a hand on.
That's my 3-year-old calico.
Oh, I love calicos. They get
She is
big. They
adorable.
can get pretty big, the calicos.
She's not very big.
They're
She's
not very big?
9
She's
pounds.
tiny.
They get really
Actually.
soft, too. They're super.
Yeah.
And then your other cat, I keep forgetting his name.
Teddy.
Ted.
Teddy.
That's right.
And he's like a British short hair.
He's a domestic short hair.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But he's super dope too.
He was
He's just super chill. He's just kind of like, yeah, so
I
dude.
love cats. They're like the
he was
perfect
almost
pet.
30 pounds when I adopted him.
Holy
And
Moses.
he's lost tons of weight now.
There you go. You put him on the Josh diet.
His face
I love
is
it.
getting thinner. His body's
Yeah.
shrinking
Yeah.
up. He's
I need to-
exercising more.
Send me that diet. I need it.
No shit.
Just kibbles and bits. Oh, wait, no, that's dog food. Anyways.
You
Well,
see,
whatever.
there it is. Josh improves everything he touches.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. And we're going to see it on TV, Velocity, starting April
On the
17th.
17th.
April 17th. And
At
Motor
7
Trend
o'clock?
on demand. I don't know exactly when.
I think I'll look at my DVR.
Well,
They might
yeah.
change it. I don't know.
We'll double
I
check.
don't want to be concrete on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
So, I like how you said, Lotus Esprit, first gen Esprit is like your car of choice, right? That kind of tangentially transitions us into our question of the week.
Question of the week, but first we got to plug the Spring Matsuri.
Oh,
Real quick.
shit, that's
yeah,
right.
Spring Matsuri.
That is right.
That's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
That is May 20th.
Yes.
Yes.
So we were talking about this.
Yes, we were. So
This is one we shouldn't forget. You're
no.
right.
Well,
You're
this
right.
is one I'm ditching out on half a NASA Utah weekend to be at. So
So
I guess I'm going to have to show up then. There's just
I'm
no
in
commitment.
our car club, which I haven't been a very good member lately with the filming and everything I've been doing. I apologize, everyone. Everyone's done such a great job. It's Garage Kyusha, doing their second meet. It's a Spring Matsuri.
You get a pass, by the way,
yeah,
for being
Yeah.
so busy.
Yeah, it's Sunday, May 20th, 11 to 4, rolling at 10. Valley Regional Park, 5100 South, 2700 West in Taylorsville. It's been low car friendly. Everyone scouted it. Everyone's cars are lower than yours.
yeah,
Trust me.
yeah.
Everyone's cars are
I've
lower
never
than
won.
It really is.
I've never won.
Scrape proof.
Registration's $15. Closes on the 1st. Late reg or day of the show will be $15 as well, but it will not include a shirt.
Wow.
Normally you get a t-shirt decal, possibly more swag, it says. Additional vehicles, same owner, $15 each, or 5 with decal only. Motorcycles welcome. Vintage Japanese
Hey,
motorcycles
that's
welcome.
super
Yeah.
cool.
Very
I
cool.
dig that.
Yeah.
I
There was
really
some-
dig that.
The
Yeah.
dash plaques are made by local badass Chris Cooley. Some of
Oh,
you may
hey,
know him.
super cool. Yeah.
Fantastic
Yeah.
person. They'll be available for an additional cost. You can register with PayPal at garagekyusha.com. Also
Nice.
has all of the info for the show
Yep.
and kind of about us as well.
And is it free for spectators?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Awesome.
spectators, yeah, show up.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
So we're going to have... pull up this list here. He said... Obviously, we will be there.
Yeah, and you guys are going to break some real bangers out like you always have.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
what we're going to have. That's the problem. Is like, we have all these shows coming up, and you never know until the week before, really, what we're ever going to bring.
Yeah.
Right.
So 92 and older year restriction. We
So-
will be there. Mauricio will be there representing him and us. The Lamely Group guy, Hot Wheel Collectors. If
Okay,
you're Hot Wheels
yeah,
collectors,
yeah,
there will be a swap there. That'll be
Awesome.
great. There will be food trucks. There could be a couple more things, but it should be lit. It was great last year. It'll be better
yeah.
this year. That was their first one.
Awesome.
Learned
Yeah.
a lot. Everybody did a great job.
Yeah, I'm for sure going.
Oh yeah, it's
You
gonna
had
be
me
some
at
cool
Hot
stuff.
Wheels swap.
Yeah, that's
Not
This-
only not
so this
on top
guy-
of that, Japanese amazing
I don't
cars.
know if you follow him on Instagram, but
I don't know.
He's a diecast car dude. Like,
Really?
He's the shit. Yeah, he has so much stuff I want to buy from him.
Because
there.
I'm like a 1/18th nerd, and those have died like and gone. It's like eBay and then internet only. But I'll have to talk to this fella.
He's
You
cool. No.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's coming up.
May
Yeah.
20th.
Hope to see you all there.
Yep.
Dude, you have a busy 2 months ahead of you.
It's a busy life.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Need a vacation. But,
Let's go to Japan.
yeah, no shit. What can you do?
exact. Well, we can talk about the question of the week. Well, actually, real quick, Stucky needs some Carol and Ted updates. What are Carol and Ted's plans for the next few years? Are their lives being affected by your newfound fame and fortune? And then he says, please get them harnesses and bring them to JDM Classic meets.
So, Carol will not go anywhere.
Okay.
Really, she just doesn't do noises.
Oh yeah.
But Ted will. I
Okay.
have a leash for him.
All
I
right.
have to get him a bigger harness because the one for Carol I bought does not fit. How they will acclimate, probably well, just because they get treated really well regardless, and they'll probably be spoiled more.
Good.
So that would be good.
Yeah.
Still not overfeeding them, even though I like to give them treats.
Well, you know, they deserve treats. They're good kitties.
They deserve everything.
Yep. All right.
But yeah,
Yeah. There we go.
there you go, Stucky.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and now finally to the question of the week. The question was, what vehicle from the year of your birth do you want to own? So, I was born in '86, and then I foolishly,
Right.
you know, because I came up with the question, then I proceeded to ignore it all damn day.
Well,
Please tell me you said Taurus.
Well, so I pulled up the Car and Driver
Sweet.
10 best lists
The big headlight
from
Taurus.
1986.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because, 1986 was the introductory year for the Taurus and Sable.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
so I mean,
86
first
was
year.
the first year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there are things on there, the GTI is on there, the Audi 5000 CS Turbo Quattro.
Ooh,
Can't go wrong with that,
CSTQ.
yep.
Bueller's
Yep.
down right
5-cylinder.
Yeah. Let's see. There's
They made angry noises.
according to Prelude, those are both on there.
Of course.
Of course, the 86 Corvette.
Wasn't
Why-
the Accord on there for like 50 years?
It's still on there. It is the list.
It's one of those anchor points
Yeah. The Taurus / Sable.
because you have to include both because one came with a tape deck and a tack stock, the other one didn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
I'll let the listener at home decide which one that was.
pick your poison, people.
I'm going to guess the Taurus.
The Taurus did not have either of those options as standard equipment.
Yeah,
Nope.
Sable did.
Right.
Yeah, the luxury.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Accord,
By the way,
Prelude.
driving experience, Taurus Challenge.
Taurus
go ahead,
Challenge. Check
Go
it
ahead and
out.
have a drink
Drink.
if you have
Go
one in front
ahead.
of you.
And that's the drink challenge for this episode. Brought to you by...
I mean,
Brought to you by
By the
Have
next
you-
answer.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Nope.
I think the clear winner is going to be the Lincoln Mark 7 LSC.
Oh, buddy.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Ooh, that was on the Americans. I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah. I mean, a Porsche 944 I've
I
always
mean-
had a weird affinity for.
Okay,
Non-
well, here's the thing.
non-turbo.
You like A70 Supras,
Yeah.
so 944s fit the bill
Oh, I mean,
more than expected.
the A70 did show up 86 and a half.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, the Car and Driver top 10 didn't start till 1983.
Ha!
Dang it. I'm screwed. What am I going to do? Okay.
You
we'll
old
go to me last.
bastard.
Whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with the 944. I'm
Okay,
I'm
all
very
right.
curious about those things.
They're great.
Yeah.
They were one of the first Porsches that were front engine.
Front engine rear wheel drive.
Yeah, and they had a transaxle.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, so the exact setup that the C5 and newer Corvettes have.
Yeah.
The 924, same deal. It was just a little bit
Had a-
simpler, lighter weight.
Had a trashy Audi engine in it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. It was basically a 4-cylinder version of the Audi 10 valve.
Yep.
They were
Yeah, man.
fun. They
Yeah.
were fun. Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, what? You were born in what? 91.
91.
91.
December
What's
of 91.
okay? What's your what's your car from your birth year?
The best car I think really released that year would be the Bugatti EB110.
Oh,
I gotta go with that.
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher's
Solid.
first supercar.
Yeah.
Solid choice. Solid choice.
Now, what engine did those have?
I have no idea.
It was a
Okay.
I just looked up what was
was
made
like
in 91 because what I wanted to pick wasn't on there.
It was a
So
W16.
Was it
Or
a
something like
16?
that.
Twin
Yeah.
turboed. Yeah, it wasn't
It was
quad
a
turboed
W16.
at that time, but it was
Okay.
like it was
Yeah.
the similar motor to what they have in the Veyron.
I was hoping
Yeah.
I would see a Vector or something comparable
Oh
at the
my
time from
God.
here.
Actually, it might have been quad turbo. As I think about it, I think that, like Bugatti back then was actually throwing 4 snails on that sucker.
Believe it or not,
Maybe
like
so.
I really know nothing of supercars.
To be honest, I
That's
don't
my
either.
complete gray
That's
area.
Yeah.
Race
that's
cars,
my blind spot.
supercars, not really.
Definitely my blind spot too. You're
No.
you're in good company here.
Okay.
I'll get your 50-year-old Datsun running though.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Oh.
the
Anything
more
with
important thing.
Anything with a Weber side draft, you've got it made.
Oh, I got
Weber,
it.
Mikuni,
Oh, I got it.
Delordo.
All right, Paul. What?
Oh, yeah.
That's the jam.
Dad said you got it.
I think
Dad?
I got it. Yeah, okay.
What is
Oh,
it?
yeah. Okay, so I was
ahead.
born in 1980, so I am a true child of the 80s.
So-
I am not
Oh,
a
yeah.
millennial.
You
So
are
go screw yourselves.
So you are the beginning of the Reagan era.
I'm an exennial. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wore the red tie at age 3. I knew what's up. For me,
All about
being
that
born in
trickle
19,
down.
which is pretty much the worst year you can be born as a car guy. we're right in the middle of the
You're in the
freaking
heart
gas
of-
crisis.
Heart of the malaise era.
Yeah, the very beginning, like the best part, the Corvette made 160 horsepower in 1980.
73
I thought it
was the fuel
190,
crisis,
but yeah.
right?
Yeah, 73 is
That's
the
what killed the muscle car.
Yeah. But it was like well into it in the 80s. Like they're trying to let's get as much as miles per gallon as we can, so cut compression to all the motors.
Right. I mean, you've got the Mustang 2.
Yeah. Oh, geez, can we get
You
any
laugh, but
worse?
that's
So,
like one
the
of my
Mustang.
favorite eras
What?
of time.
Oh, okay. Well, I love the time, but
Late
please tell
70s,
me.
early,
that-
no, like for cars,
Right.
because what I call it is like the gateway to the future.
Oh, there you go.
So it's
Yeah.
basically all of the modern stuff that you see now was
Yeah.
made then.
Right.
They were
It was
trying it.
prototype.
Yeah.
They were trying
Right.
all the new
That's
things.
true.
It was just all the new shit out on the market.
Well, yeah, Chrysler started doing the talking cars. It's
The
like, your
traditional
door
car
is a
was
jar.
out. Everyone could get a traditional car.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they wanted more. They wanted map lights. They wanted
AKA
cruise
is the-
control. They wanted climate control.
Right.
They wanted
Yeah.
all these crazy things.
Yeah.
Digital dashes. All this awesome shit.
That's
Power.
actually a really good point that I had not considered until this
It's
moment.
very
But
true.
but
Yeah.
they're still mechanical enough that you could remove all of that bullshit if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Still
build
run.
something. You can
Yep.
remove whatever. It's still simple, but it's also modern at the same time.
Yeah.
So-
Definitely 70, was it 72 or 73 to 95 is
Yeah.
considered kind of the malaise era
Yep.
of
Yep.
vehicles. And you
Yeah.
can do that with pretty much any of them.
Any of them. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
right
All
up
of 'em.
until from the gas crisis
to OBD2.
all the way up until OBD2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So for me, being born in 1980, cars that were introduced that year, not cars that were manufactured, because obviously I choose the Ferrari 308 because
Yeah.
it was being manufactured in 1980.
Well, I
Although
mean,
it was
that's
the
acceptable.
worst, as the worst motor, it wasn't the better.
We're
of
okay
the
with
quattro
this.
valve, you know.
We're okay with this.
But no, cars introduced in 1980. I just went to Wikipedia and looked this up as Josh was saying his car.
Yeah.
So I totally cheated.
Same.
Because, yeah, like I was born in the worst generation. Cars had no power. The design was basically here's a windshield, here's a roof, here's a rear window, here's a trunk, boom, done.
I mean, I disagree, but go on.
But this is why I choose this car. So I would definitely go with the AMC Eagle. It was introduced in
Yeah.
1980.
Attaboy.
Damn.
The reason why
You are a man after my own heart.
my mom and dad had one. They had the AMC Eagle
Well then.
wagon.
Did it have the plaid seats?
It had the plaid seats.
my god!
It was tan. Slow clapping the plaid seats in the AMC Eagle. Thanks. Good job, Linda. That's for you, Linda, my mom. I love you.
I love your mom too.
Your mom who
She was rad.
Yeah.
So that was her car. So it was the first of like the all-wheel drive cars. It was long before
Yeah.
Audi came
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
you know. And it was all-wheel drive, awesome in the winter. And it was the wagon, so it had that slanted rear window, right? The hatch.
Also, it was the liftback wagon.
The liftback wagon.
Oh,
so as a
even
child,
better.
at 4 or 5 years old, I remember climbing up and it had a luggage rack, of course, with
Right.
that
Yeah.
Right.
weird spoiler that was at the back. So
Yeah.
you climb up on that back bumper and you grab that spoiler and you pull yourself up, and then you turn around and you slide down that rear window. And I would do that like for hours on end in West
Yeah.
Jordan as a 4-year-old in my garage. And like my parents would have to come out, Brandon, stop playing on the Eagle. I was like, oh, I love the Eagle car. One funny story is my parents went out of town and we're in the Eagle car with my babysitter,
Yeah.
and they were taking us to Hogle Zoo, and we're up on I think 13th East or something like that, cruising up to Hogle Zoo, and all of a sudden we hear a loud bang, and we get rear-ended by a Subaru of that same era, it's like 84, 85.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of, and seat belts were optional back then.
Well, you
like
know.
84, 85, you didn't need to wear it. So I wasn't wearing one, and I clocked my head on the front dashboard, but it was really well padded, so nothing. Maybe some brain
this
damage might have happened from there. You
This
know, we might-
explains
Yeah,
so,
okay.
so much.
You shut your damn mouth. Anyways,
This is where the ADHD came from.
yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you, AMC, for having a padded dashboard.
But as there's 6 of us in there, there's a front bench seat, which I miss in cars. Why don't we have front benches anymore? So we
Safety.
get out and
Safety.
we get out and we see the front of the Subaru just totally demolished. It's like pushed all the way to the frickin' windshield, and we look at the bumper and there's a scratch on the AMC Eagle. Nothing. Didn't even do anything to it because it rode so high because it was
Yeah.
4-wheel drive, and that bumper was made of like
Perfect for Russians.
frickin' palladium or whatever the hell
Made
you
of-
know.
Made of steel.
An obtainium, whatever Wolverine from
Actually,
X-Men is made
it
of.
was just mild steel with a chrome plating.
Oh,
It was
there it is.
actually
Rubber pump strip.
Oh, there it is.
Vibranium.
Oh, there it is.
American Shield.
There you
Vibranium.
go.
There it is.
There it
Vibranium.
is. Okay.
So that would be my choice. An AMC
No.
Eagle, because that car just is near and dear to my heart. I love that car.
Beautiful.
My parents had an 88 Chevy Celebrity from the time I was 3
Celebrity.
until when I was 12.
That's
Wow.
sick.
We got 340,000 miles out of that car. And
Really?
It still
Damn.
ran.
That's
fine.
amazing. From
Yeah.
that era. That's
And you know
amazing.
what's crazy is
3.1 multi-port.
GM built those as disposable vehicles, just like Ford did with the Escort.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were not supposed to roll
Like
over
80K.
all 5 of their digits.
Yeah,
You're
80K
gonna laugh,
and
right?
yeah.
So I read the G-Works magazines from Japan, and they had an article on like 80s American cars. Well, someone had an 84 Celebrity 2-door
Right.
slammed on 5 loco chinos.
No.
Damn.
Like, full of their style. It was rad.
Whoa.
That's sick.
And I was like, I need that.
You're like, let's do
Shit.
this.
I've
So
That's
when,
not
legit.
found one.
when are
Yeah,
we going to
that's
see
pretty
that,
black.
Josh? Let's find one for
Because
you
I
and do
could
this.
find one with the quad square headlights,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the long
Yeah.
slanty front
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
Search Tempest the shit out of that.
I'm with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, let's
Somebody in
Craigslist.
Georgia's selling one.
For
Gotta
sure
be.
it's in the southeast. You guarantee that.
It's going to be parked next to a Chevy Citation X11.
Yeah,
Oh,
and a
God.
Beretta GTZ.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Or the first gen Cavalier.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. The looks kind of similar
big
to the
square
Celebrity.
one.
Yeah.
I saw a first gen Cavalier wagon on the freeway the other day.
Oh, really?
I see one every day.
Oh, that's rad.
I see one every day, and when I commute, it's teal.
But you know, there's
Damn.
going to be a Cadillac Cimarron in that same field as well, which
Gotta
is
be.
basically a Cavalier with a Cadillac badge.
I'm
And
stoked
a
when I
digital
see a
dashboard.
Catera
And the
still
digital
driving
dashboard.
around.
Right?
Yeah, Cateras. Yeah,
Yeah.
Opel
Yeah,
Omegas.
that's a
An
yeah,
Opel.
the Vega Opel.
Opel
yeah.
Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All German.
That's awesome.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. I just love
What a great question.
Lisa Catera.
Yeah,
She ended up being
the caddy that zigs. Remember that?
Yeah, the caddy that zigs.
That was their marketing, their
Yeah.
campaign
Yeah.
for that. The caddy that zigs, and it had the duck for some reason.
That was like a robin or something.
No, it was a duck.
It was a duck?
It was a duck.
We're
Absolutely,
going to
it
have
was
to
a
look
duck.
this up after the fact.
I remember. I never forget. I test drove one of those. I went to UVU back when it was UVSE,
Yeah.
and there was one of those dirty, cheap-ass dealerships on State Street in Orem, and they had one of those Cadillac
Oh,
Cateras.
wow.
And I was bored one day and skipping class. I mean, I just got out of class. Thanks, Mom. And went down. I was like, I'm going to drive this Cadillac, see what it drives. The seats were so comfortable. Oh, my gosh, I
Yeah.
loved it. And it was a peppy little sucker. I was
Yeah.
impressed. I was
I'm
like, I
just
should buy
really
this.
sad they did not offer that car here with a manual transmission.
No, never.
I get it. I
I'm
mean,
just-
being a Cadillac.
Yeah.
I'm
That
just
was
kind of
probably
sad
bad.
they decided to slap a Cadillac badge on that because that was the downfall.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wouldn't have been any better if they had a Chevy badge on it.
No,
it
it
wouldn't
probably-
have sold if it was a Pontiac.
Do you guys
Well,
want
yeah.
to hear about the only job I ever had that didn't work on cars?
What was that?
What?
So I worked for an alignment shop locally. You'll know who it is. I'm not going to name it.
Well, that's
but
still working on cars, though.
not really.
Oh, okay.
So what my job was to basically just drive them, analyze alignments to different speeds, pulling customer complaints, tell them what actually should be done. So we did a lot of cars for Steve Harris
Ooh,
Ooh.
Ferrari.
and companies like that. So like I would drive this old S10 with a dad shell down there
Yes.
with an SPC performance sticker on it.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
in like an F430, GT3 RS, Murcielago, whatever. I was like 18.
Nice.
And I'd just hop on the freeway and head on down to the shop. It was nuts. So I got to drive all these like cars at the time, and I was like young, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
I had-
driving them.
Yeah, driving them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really driving.
I have tons of videos on my old computer I have to find.
That's sick. So you were driving them more than the freaking owners did.
Uh-huh.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, that's
I was
awesome.
in like a 360 mode now with a Mon kit. I
See,
would
that's-
video it like on Redwood Road.
that's my
Ooh.
that's my goal. That's my dream car.
That was fun.
Not necessarily the 360.
The
but
transmission's
just Ferrari.
awful. Get
Yeah, they
the
have
early
one.
one that has the gated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except they hold their value. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Oh, well. Anyway, speaking of things that might be holding their value, some vehicles that you, the listener, have thrown out there.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't, I don't
Oh,
get to
yeah.
share mine.
Oh, no, Dave. Please.
I'm excited.
It's not that great of a choice, but it's a good choice, I
there it
think.
is.
What do
Because
you got?
yours reminded me, Josh. I was born in 87,
Okay.
May of 87, and that was when the Peter Stevens redesign of the X180 Lotus Esprit
Good
came out.
choice.
Yeah.
The one that, for the most part, stayed the same until 2002.
Correct. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you could get like an update like the Turbo S or the X180R and stuff like that.
The first body of the
The,
V8.
the S4 in 93 was
Right.
actually the first one that you could
Hell
get
yeah.
a V8 in.
Yep. Oh,
Um,
I just ruined that.
The X180s, actually, you could only get a turbo 4-cylinder in.
Oh, really?
And they were either a Citroen or a Renault transaxle, but they were turbo 2.2. They were fun. They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
a great car.
Yeah.
They were the ones that everybody knows that has the Corolla taillights, the AE86 hatchback taillights.
Yeah.
And yes, that's legitimately what they're from.
Oh,
They
wow.
are
Lamborghini
Corolla
used
taillights.
Z32 headlights.
Yeah,
Exactly.
300ZX headlights.
Don't feel bad, Lotus.
I mean,
The Diablo, second gen Diablo.
Recycling,
That's
that
what
was
you
the
gotta
thing.
do.
They're good headlights.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
They look great on the Diablo.
If I saw my Z headlights on an RV, I wouldn't be mad.
No, yeah.
Oh.
I see Honda Pilots and other shitty headlights on RVs all the time.
Exactly.
Quads and who
Yeah,
cares?
Exactly.
GMC truck. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. That's
Perfect.
awesome.
So that's my choice.
That's a
but
good
now we
choice.
can go to
Now we can go.
what you, the listeners,
The audience.
Yes.
you, the readers, go to.
So let's see.
Who's gonna?
So we got Trent Nathan Tanner. I threw this in the UAE and Drift Utah, but I'm not sure I got anything in either one of those.
I'm going to check both
I haven't
of those
even
real
looked
quick.
at the UAE today.
Well, it's all right.
Whoops.
Whatever. Anyway, so Trent Nathan Tanner, he says 1986 Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.3 16-valve Kazi.
Kazi.
Or
Wow.
a Ford Sierra RS Cosworth.
Also a Kazi.
Pretty much anything tuned by Cosworth in 1986.
Kazi. Good choice.
Let's see.
Good choices all around.
Alex Crane was born in the year of our Lord 1986,
Adorable.
like myself. So he'd take a 944 or a Grand National.
You know what I'd take?
What?
Camaro IROC Z. 86 was the first year of the IROC Z. I would totally do that. Love that car.
All right.
T-tops and everything.
White Snake included.
Yep, and cocaine.
Poison.
And
It
mullet.
has to be.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Beautiful.
good choice.
Let's see. Brandon Kuhn, 1982. Let's go for a Ferrari 308 GTSI.
Yes.
Yep.
Good choice.
Let's see. Jensen Litke says a 93 Corvette ZR1.
Ooh, 400 and something Yamaha tuned horsepowers.
Let's see. P-Car, who is at Drive Road Rally event right now, which is why he's not here.
Oh, yay. Or, I don't know. What?
Yay, we like...
No, I reversed
Stop.
those. Yay for Road Boo that he's not here.
There you go. God.
Love you, P-Car.
Anyway. Let's see. With me...
I'm old.
Yeah, you are.
He knows I love him.
I mean, do we? Weekend Dad? Do we?
I always come back. It just takes a little bit of time.
Eventually. Let's see. With Gavin being, well, him, he's going to go with a 93 964 911 Turbo 3.6. Yeah.
That's 140K.
Yep.
It's a good choice.
Yeah. I mean, the 964 is what got him into cars.
Yep.
And, yeah. They released the 3.6-liter Turbo the same month he was born.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's destiny.
Yep.
Okay.
And now this is when I kind of start to feel really old. Jackson Henderson, a Toyota MR2 5S GTE setup from 98. Custom build, but...
Don't do it. Do a Gen 4.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just don't ever do a 5S GT.
Heard
No.
it from the expert.
Yeah.
Learn.
I mean, I don't know. Do you, but
Yeah.
but I wouldn't.
Live your truth, but your truth might be wrong. Let's see. Dan Chilinsky,
Oh, I love you, Dan.
split between an 84 288 GTO and the Omni GLH.
Oh, it's got to be the Omni. I love that choice.
Or a 190E 2.316 in full Euro trim,
Which he owns.
manual houndstooth seats, manual windows, and the whole lot.
That.
He's like most of
The
the way there.
190.
Yeah, he has
He's
like
most
all
the
of
way.
those cars.
He has a Kazi T316.
He does.
Yeah.
Just, I don't think it has houndstooth.
No,
I
it's
think
leather.
it's just all leather.
It's all leather.
But
Yeah.
he's almost there.
And he
Please.
just ordered his Euro kit.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
Please,
just
if
ordered
you
the Evo
can
1
get
kit.
the houndstooth, like duplicate it.
It's so
well,
hard
please.
to find an original houndstooth.
Oh,
Well, see,
I know.
that's where Asian Mike and I are at with Old Man Khaki, our
Oh, really?
190E.
Wow.
We're doing an AMG 5.4 V8 swap in
That's
it right
so
now
rad.
with a 6-speed, and we would really like to try and tie in a khaki-themed version of how you would get an Evo 1 or an Evo 2 or a Cosworth.
I love matching
So-
textiles.
Yeah, me too.
That's
yeah.
probably
It's
one of my
the
favorites.
little things like
Oh,
that. I think
yeah.
that was one
So
thing the
satisfying.
80s did so well.
Oh, yeah. Interiors were just on point in the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
agreed.
Dashboards
And
all
the 60s
digital.
and earlier.
Yeah, I agree. Houndstooth, Camaros, come on.
Yep.
Anyways, what else?
Let's see. Well, that was it on the actual post.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not on UAE. I haven't looked there yet. But on my own personal page,
Yes, what do you
freaking got some responses, which blew my mind. Derek Edgington.
Hey, what's up, Derek?
Hey,
Yeah.
you know Derek. He's a freaking rotary head.
He's
Yeah.
an OG.
But he also is a Lamborghini owner. And, of course, he says, big surprise, 1982 Lamborghini Countach LP 5000S, which he will own. We all know this. He will own one of these one day.
Well, yeah, because right now he has a Jalpa.
He has a Yalpa.
Yep.
Lamborghini Yalpa. In
Yalpa
cocaine white on cocaine white interior.
With the Coke mirrors
Yep.
in the sun visors.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he also doesn't he have a Chevelle or a
GTO.
GTO. And
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like just early enough of a Countach though that it's still like super tasteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first ones are the best ones.
He doesn't want the
most simple.
Anniversary
Yeah.
edition
Yeah.
that's all
We
just
don't want
like
Wolf
yeah,
of
they
Wall
did-
Street.
no.
No.
Yeah, they didn't get all
Yeah.
zigged up. Yeah.
And then also replying on that is my mom, Linda Christiansen.
Yeah.
I really do apologize for the language that you've heard if you're listening to this episode, which, I learned it from Dave. It's my older brother.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to go ahead and throw Dave under the bus. No, of course I learned
Not
it
this Dave.
growing up in West Jordan. Come on. Anyways, her choice would be
represent.
Rise Up. She said, I would love the 1953 Bentley R-Type Continental Fastback Sports Saloon. That's my mom, guys, coming through, freaking
That's a
dropping
fantastic answer.
Yeah, that is
Bentley knowledge on my
I can't
ace.
think of a classier.
that
car.
is a fantastic
I feel like
choice.
your mom Googled that.
I'm pretty sure she did because I replied, Mom, did your Facebook get hacked? And she replied back and just laughed. No, so that's a good choice, Mom. And
Yeah.
I wish you had that too because that's a $2.5 million car now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so hey,
Who knows?
Yeah.
just put me down for half of that and there, the old inheritance and we'll be good. I'm just kidding. No.
There you go.
Yeah.
As
So
long
that's
as it's
it.
not an Edsel, it's valuable, right?
Oh,
Pretty
geez.
much.
Or a
Pretty
Tucker.
much.
Or a Tucker. If Tucker's gone up
Ooh.
in price. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's what I got. Let me jump to the UAE. Someone else can go.
Yeah,
just-
Austin, I have a question.
Oh,
I was
Austin.
scrolling and I saw Austin's question. Austin. I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
wanna miss your
Austin.
question.
Let's see. I think you put that in Drift, Utah. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. Come on. Internet. Work.
Nah.
Somebody's paying good money for this internet. It should be working, goddammit.
Let me guess. Comcast?
Well, yeah.
Of course.
I mean, we have very limited options here, man. So let's see. No, it's not there. Where the hell was it?
Yep. No comments in UAE. So
Nope. Shit, I don't know where Austin's comment was. Shit.
He said, "Would you rather have a 432
Oh, yeah,
or a
he said-
2000 GT?
Yeah.
Price not
Resale value, not
Yeah.
a problem.
not a problem because obviously that would be an obvious choice if you had any sense."
Yeah.
yeah, 2000 GT all the way, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. What's the other car?
432.
What's that?
It's the
Oldsmobile?
no, it's a Z.
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
So if I had one of the original 432Rs that Nissan had
Mm-hmm.
that ended up either in private collectors, destroyed, or in museums,
Wow.
I would choose that.
There it is.
What do those go for if they ever come up?
The same.
Oh, wow. $1 million.
The left-hand drives actually are high 8s. Those are the most valuable.
Wow.
And then the right-hand drives, because they made more of them, were in the 6s to 7s.
Right. They sold that 2000 GT that was at SEMA 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was
Mhm.
rough. It wasn't like Concours.
No.
It was original. And I think it brought...
I love those engines.
Yeah,
Don't
they're-
get me wrong; they're great
yeah.
cars. I've been in one.
Yeah.
I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the finish work on it. It's kind of like the LFA. They lost money with every one they sold, and
Yeah.
they couldn't
Yeah.
beat the E-Type at the time, which was actually cheaper.
Right. Jeez.
So that's why they did
Yeah.
never work. But that was the best of what they could do at the time, and it was great.
Yeah.
That's a great car.
That's cool.
I love the 3M engine and all that.
Yeah. Very
But
cool.
I'd have to go with the 432.
Maybe we'll see that in Season 2 of JDM Legends.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe. Or
Yeah.
we can go
Yeah.
see that guy in Japan that builds clones from Miatas.
Oh, really?
go. Have
you seen
He
that?
uses a Miata to clone a
He has
2000 GT.
it looks like side by side. Most people could not tell.
Wow.
Damn.
Even people that owned them, they couldn't tell the difference. And I
That's
was
amazing.
like, I call bullshit, but I want to see it.
Right.
Yeah. Sounds like a hell of a trip. Just to
2000
call bullshit on
GT. If
something.
I could have the original race car from the '66 time trial, that's the yellow and green.
Right.
That
specific car.
would be the one.
Right.
Or an orange and black 432R
That's
with the
amazing.
stripe that
Yeah.
no one has.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and Austin says he would go with a 93 Diablo in that slick purple color.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a fantastic color.
I mean, like you do.
good choice.
You know, yeah.
That's a Lee
those
Iacocca,
Z32
Lee Iacocca era
headlights.
Lamborghini right there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
With the dash you could barely see over and the dog
Yeah.
leg 5-speed.
And the seating for 5 foot and under people only.
And the
Yeah.
clutch for an ogre.
You know.
Yeah.
A perfectly drivable sports car.
Great car.
Yep.
Trying to kill you at every moment. But that's what Lamborghini does. That's
Like
what
any-
that should be their tagline.
Like a good V12 Lamborghini, it wants your blood.
Give us your firstborn or your life, Lamborghini.
The thing about Lambo that's hard for me is because their thing with Audi, it made them
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
better cars.
Yeah.
But they don't feel like
There's some-
Lamborghinis
yeah.
anymore.
No, yeah, that's
They're
what
such better
Top Gear.
cars, but they're so boring now.
Italian cars are great because they're shitty.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
Italian. I can say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
They're shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
not Italian, and I can
will-
say that
Yeah.
because
Like,
they are.
It'll be fine, then it'll freak out at the drop of a hat, and then it won't want to do anything for 3
They're
weeks,
cool.
and then it'll
They have
just
cool
start.
ass names. Cool
Yeah.
interiors.
Yeah.
Just garbage. Garbage
Yeah.
cars. They need to be
Well, that-
re-engineered
Richard
entirely.
Hammond's in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
He feels the same. He's a huge Lamborghini fan, and
Yeah.
he says the same thing about
Yeah.
the modern Lamborghinis. He's like, no,
No.
it's too good. It's too refined, and it doesn't want to kill me like
Yeah.
the old ones do.
That
Yeah.
episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Seinfeld when he's in that Orange Miura.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched.
Oh,
that
it was
one.
a good one.
I didn't care about the episode. I just kept watching the Miura.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that was like the first true supercar. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
In that orange color.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Was it
didn't
an
even know
S?
that was a real color.
Was it an SV
Yeah.
or was it? Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. So the
real,
flares.
real deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy frickin' A. That's a
That was
big.
an early one.
That's an expensive
Yeah.
car. Jeez, I don't even know what those are trading hands for now, but I'm guessing $2 to $3 mil.
Probably.
Because back in the day,
But,
that was
yeah.
$1 million car. Maybe
Yeah.
they're not as hot. But anyways, that's sick. I need to watch
That's a
that episode.
Lamborghini to me. Early Countach's,
Yeah.
definitely.
But the Miuras had a tendency
That
to
cool ass SUV that they
Well.
made was cool.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
oddball
Oh,
thing.
the LMW2.
Yeah,
Yeah, 002. Yeah.
Yep.
There's one in Utah.
Yeah.
There's one at JP Auto Works over here in frickin' Draper.
There's one
Just
at,
chilling.
I just like old
Well-
supercars because they feel like really shitty kit cars.
Yeah.
That were
because they
assembled by
were.
someone with a little bit more common sense.
Yeah.
I just love that. I can't remember what military, what country it was that approached Lamborghini. That they were like, "Hey, can you build us a freaking tactical attack vehicle?" And so, what do? They put a Countach
was-
motor into a freaking
Yeah.
big
was-
old Hummer before a Hummer was even a Hummer.
It was us.
Oh, okay, yeah,
We put out the contract and they said, we have this thing.
yeah. It'll
And
go
they-
190 and has
Yeah.
huge tires.
And they said no.
yeah,
So America, in a shocking
Yeah.
display of common sense when it comes to military spending,
said a Lamborghini.
said no
Yeah,
to the Lamborghini SUV.
imagine what Desert Storm would have been like with those.
Oh,
In other
God.
news, half the battalion broke down.
Storm and Norman would not have been storming.
No, he
Oh.
would have been storming to Italy right then.
He would have
Anyways,
been kicking those damn things.
If he
Bologna
was-
would have
If
been
he was
blown
really
up.
Italian, he would have just pulled over and went to sleep because it wasn't his time to work.
yeah, there it is.
Well, you know.
So you're Italian, you can say that. I can't say that, and I won't say that. But anyways, awesome. Well, that's some good response. Any
Yeah,
more?
we
You
got
more?
a few
some more?
on.
Oh, okay.
Got a few on the Instagram.
Here we go. Insters.
At Cam Automag on the old IG there.
You guys are smart being on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yep. We're on Instagram to actually put out content. I'm on Twitter to talk shit and
right.
get on the Formula D tag board.
Yep.
Instagram is great, though.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
A lot less BS.
Yeah. So we had JT Watson,
Ooh.
who was born in 1999.
Oh my. You're adorable, JT. Anyways, keep going. That's a great year to be born for cars. Let's hear what he says.
I was in third grade, so don't feel so bad.
He says an RS4 Avant.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
Absolute solid choice. I agree with that.
And I also want to know if his parents know what he's contributing to, because my God,
Oh, wow. You're learning a lot of language. Well, he's what? How old is he now?
he's
That's
19, but
19.
still.
Oh, he already knows all this language.
I mean,
Come on. Publicly educated. You know all this by 5th grade.
Let's see.
We had ESRB ratings, but we didn't pay attention to them.
We
Oh,
just-
really?
We just-
So lots of bleeps. We can expect lots of bleeps in the new episodes coming up.
Yeah, I make fun of West Coast Customs in the first episode.
Good.
Yes. Good. Ryan Flingling, whatever his name is, needs to
Whatever.
go away.
Well, I just want to.
It's like, hey, we put a crappy body kit and wheels, and that's a build.
I didn't really say anything about them, but it's pretty obvious.
I just
Yeah.
did, so I hope I didn't start that fight. But
No.
anyway.
And the only thing that bothered me was that Mitsubishi tribute car.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like
that
a fucking
thing.
Toontown car.
Horrendous. I never saw that.
That made
Oh.
me just want to die.
I
You're
stopped
better.
watching that show.
Like Mitsubishi contracted you to control their, to basically their history in your hands.
Mitsubishi, who's been taking a lot of L's lately.
Lots of
yeah,
L's.
well,
Just.
That was just like when I saw that, I was like, it looks like a bumper car at Lagoon.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was
no.
just
Well,
terrible.
was it an Eva? What did they build?
No.
No, it was their first car 100 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, it was Mitsubishi's first car,
Yeah,
Yep.
and they gave it to the West Coast
their
Custom
Model
guys.
A or Type A or
Their whatever it was. Yeah, they told them.
And they
that-
said modify it.
No, they just said
No.
build one, but with the modern
Electric
vehicle
good.
drivetrain.
I was like, and this is why Mitsubishi's going out of business.
No. Well, this is why Mitsubishi's going out of business. But
Right, yeah.
That's
Well,
neither here nor
Motors
there.
is only such a small percentage of their company.
Yeah.
And they've only pulled out of our market. They do well everywhere else.
Yeah.
really?
And they have better cars everywhere else.
Well, yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
They
That
have
sounds
their new little Pajero Shogun thing, which is rad.
Sick.
Yeah.
We never get the good stuff.
Well,
It's like a little 4-cylinder turbo diesel that just makes stupid amounts of power.
And just
Well,
tons
yeah.
of torque.
well, I
It's
mean,
awesome.
That's
We'll never get that.
no. I mean, there are reasons we don't get a lot of the cool things, and that's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
gonna be
they're-
story time for another episode.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
Let's see. Matt Barker says a 1983 Toyota Tercel SR5 wagon 4x4.
Wow, gee, step your game up.
Dig
Yeah.
it. I dig it.
Yep. And then one Vincent Robert Meyer. Now that I'm like into Nissans, I wouldn't mind getting a 92 R32 Skyline to add to my collection. Yep. There you have it.
Cool. That's a cool car.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a few decent choices there.
Yeah.
They kind of went nuts. Oh yeah, we'll never
That's
get
the
those.
Shogun Barbarian.
Yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
UK
Those are
market only 2-door.
those are
Yeah.
huge
Right.
in the UAE right now. United Arab Emirates, not the Utah Association.
The
of
cool,
Yours.
the D5 Delica Active Gear, which
Yep.
is beautiful.
That's sick. Is that like a minivan? It's
Yeah,
like
it's
lifted?
like the older Delica, but just modern version
Yeah.
of it, and they have like the whole outdoor package.
Dude,
See,
like,
if Mitsubishi were smart, they would see this renaissance that we're going through right now in buying some of
This is
these,
the front of that Barbarian.
I would say, sport active cars, not necessarily SUVs, but like active lifestyle
looking.
cars,
yeah, it's not bad.
and not give us the crap Outlander that we have and whatever the hell the big SUV's called. I don't know what it is anymore.
The Endeavor.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
And bring these over, and they would just kill. They would kill. Like millennials,
I mean,
I'm
you'd-
sorry for lack of a better term, but they would snatch that stuff up.
You'd think
Millennials
that, but
and Gen Z.
You know how
Yep.
many lifted Subaru Imprezas I see, whatever they call that lifted Impreza wagon?
It's called the XV Crosstrek.
Yeah, that. I see like
Yeah.
10 of those on my commute every day.
yeah, like,
Dave knows what this is.
Oh, a Callaway
If
Corvette,
there
dude.
money was no option, I could buy an American collector car. That would
You're
be
freaking pulling. That's like a 90s
you know-
Callaway.
88 Sledgehammer.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
really
Yeah.
disappointing myself because I have forgotten the RPO code for that. I used to know it.
Well, that's amazing
Really?
that you
I
even
used to
knew it.
know it. Like anytime somebody'd show me a sledgehammer, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's the blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Think about it. Like
I remember reading that in Motor Trend.
1988,
Yeah.
everyone had huge balls back then. No safety crap. No
No.
BS
Nope.
cookie cutter
No,
crap.
no ABS.
Dudes out there doing 254 in a C4 vet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
And, it-
it was a better time, a simpler
Yeah.
time.
and I love how it influenced the later design of the
The
C4.
Yellowbird video is fantastic.
Oh, yeah,
Just
the rough. Yeah,
yeah.
the roof, or however you
Yeah,
pronounce
the
it.
Pikes
Roof.
Peak video
Yeah.
of Homeboy and the
Yeah.
Peugeot. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
You're never gonna beat that.
Now we have Ken Block, and he kind of
Ken Block is really nice though.
gives
He's
true.
a
Yeah,
nice-
I saw him on the freeway the other day.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good...
Yeah.
And he does drive really well.
Yeah.
And he drives pretty crazy. So
And
I would say he's like right there. You know,
he
he's
drives-
living the 80s life.
But he's driving some really cool stuff. So
And some crazy, like when he put the freaking unicorn off the edge of freaking
Pikes Peak.
Pikes Peak,
Yeah.
that's balls. That
Yep.
dude's got some cojones, and I
Yep.
respect the hell out of him. Anyways, tangent.
Yep, and I think that's a perfect way to end this episode.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Josh, thanks
thank
for
you,
coming,
Josh.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Good
Yeah.
to meet you. I'm
Yeah,
excited
man.
to
Good to meet you,
continue
too.
this strong bond of a friendship that we've created. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
We'll have to do
Well,
something.
yeah, for sure. And JDM Legends on Velocity, April 17th.
Yep, and Motor Trend on demand. Don't know when. It might be the 10th, might be the 17th. Hasn't
Nice.
been announced yet.
Who knows?
Not sure.
So
So,
check your provider for time.
Yeah,
They will announce that through Motor Trend.
Nice.
yeah. Keep checking Motor Trends, whatnot, and we'll, I'm sure Josh will let us know,
Yeah. I
and
will.
then we'll let you know.
Yeah.
So
Thank
there
you.
you go.
Excited,
Perfect.
dude. Congratulations.
Thanks,
Yeah, man.
man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like the show.
Oh, I will.
I think we will.
Absolutely
I'm sure we
will.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's a little different.
Yeah, man. So yeah, follow all the JDM Legends shenanigan. They're at JDM Legends on Instagram. That's a good
Yeah.
place to go.
We redid our website finally. It's not the same website we had for 5 years now.
Hey,
so
awesome.
good.
Still
Yay.
jdmlegends.com. We have a new web store.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
actual cars for sale now, so cars that
Nice.
we've sold 5 years ago.
Yeah, that never
Yeah.
drove me nuts
So-
when I went to the website.
Yeah.
No, I did. Yeah.
Where have you been? It's like an old blog post. You
Yeah.
know? It's like still the same story, but just different time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just always busy.
Nice.
But now we got someone for that, so thank you.
Good.
Hooray.
Thank you, Joy.
Killer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
cool.
check him out.
Yeah. And then follow us on all our social media. We're at Cam Automag on
Yeah.
everything, camautomag.com. If you want to write us a more long form, note,
Right.
hate mail,
AKA
whatever,
Email.
mailbag at camautomag.com.
What he said.
Yeah.
Yep. Mailcam and mailbag.net.
Mail the bag to Cam.
If you've liked this episode, please feel free to rate and review us on wherever the hell you found this, preferably iTunes, because we really want to climb out of the basement and actually get seen by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Play, we're on iTunes.
Yep.
We're
Although-
pretty much everywhere.
Although we do have faces for radio. I'm just going to go ahead and say that, right? Josh doesn't. He can be on the TV, but
We're all handsome
We
young
have
men.
we have faces for radio.
We're all handsome young men,
Okay.
Dad.
Well,
All right.
Well, that's going to change because I'm writing up a few things.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to end up being in front of... We're going to end up being on the other side of the camera.
But that's for a later time.
That is for a later time.
But yeah, if you like the episode, share it.
Yeah.
Put it up on your socials. Say, hey, check out these guys. They're funny. They suck. Whatever.
Do it.
Share whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Because chances are, if you like this stuff,
Yeah.
you have friends that also like this
Yeah.
stuff.
And maybe we'll might have you as a guest on the show. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
You never know.
Maybe
You're
you take-
super cool.
You could take a nap in the minivan.
Hey.
I'm going to keep offering that every time I'm on the episode.
That's going to turn out very poorly for whoever ends up trying to sleep in my van and for you.
Just tell him Pizza Dad sent you. Sleep in Mike's van.
That's not going to bode well for you.
No, okay. I'm sorry. It's just super funny to me
Leave
for some
the
reason.
Mazda alone.
Yeah.
Someone will get beat.
Thanks for the F Shack.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Drag your
Soup
dicks
kitchen.
across this
Okay.
as you run away.
Yeah, they call it a soup kitchen.
Oh, God.
All right. Well,
God,
thanks for listening. I love you guys. I freaking love you.
Well, that was our weekend, Dad. Cackling in the background is Dave. Putting his drink down was Josh. I have been Mike. Good night. God help us all.
Good luck.
God.
And,
There is so much beer we still need to drink over here, guys.
not it.
You have any idea? I gotta pee.